What lies at the end of a rainbow? Some would say a pot of gold. Some would say, I don't know, just like the natural like occurrence of like where the rain, where the mist in the air that causes the light to refract ends. But others would say that it is a pile of video games by LJN. Hello, Sharky.
Hey, Cass.
This is episode 4 of the LJN Connection, our retrospective of every single LJN video game, LJN published video game. And this is the 4th episode of that. And that brings us to the year 1991. We have 8 games to play tonight. Strange assortment of games tonight. Not much of a through line between most of them. So it'll be an interesting one for sure. I think there's at least one here that people are well aware of, and another that may well be one of the worst. I know last episode we played what we thought may have been the worst, what might be one of the worst games we've ever played, in my personal opinion, in I almost said PictoChat, like the Nintendo DS drawing chat app. Pictionary. Which, please, if you have not watched previous episodes of this series, highly recommend our 3rd episode, highly recommend that segment, but maybe one tonight might be a contender for that, if its reputation is to be believed.
I'm not sure if that's possible, but we'll see.
You know, I didn't think it was possible for Pictionary to be that bad. You notice in the first place, but this series, these streams have a way of shattering our expectations, of blowing our minds, our mentalities. And speaking of blowing minds, speaking of shocking people to their core, I think it's time for the stream. Is that what we're doing? I'm just gonna keep building this segment up even more and more. I'm gonna call this like this is the backbone of this entire stream, and it is Charky's Stream Snack. Please to take it away.
You built it all up, and I'm sitting here and I'm looking at what I have in front of me. Tonight's stream snack is TGI Fridays Poppers cheddar cheese stuffed jalapenos.
Now, see, that sounds like a interesting thing to me. I have some TGI Friday stories, some fond TGI Friday memories. None of them were made in the frozen aisle; they were made in the restaurant. You ever get those?
Definitely frozen aisle.
You ever get those Jack Daniel's chicken strips?
No, but I think there's that TGI Fridays that had a Guinness milkshake.
Okay, that sounds wretched.
That was actually not bad at all.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
I know it sounds wretched, but I had to try it, and it was pretty good. Pretty good? These are pretty good. They're cheddar cheese jalapeno poppers, so again, one of those things that is kind of hard to screw up, much like a mozzarella stick.
Oh, you'd be surprised. I've had some dreadful jalapeno poppers in my time. Whether it's because the jalapenos are out of season, or because the cheddar ratio is off, or just the batter ain't good. But you're telling me that these frozen gimmicks are alright, are acceptable?
They acceptable is the perfect word for it.
Hey, sometimes that's good enough is. You know what the only food that you can get in the real world and then get a comparable 1-to-1 version of in the freezer aisle? Would you take it? Hazard a guess.
Freezer. I don't know.
White Castle. I love a White Castle.
That was in the back of my mind. I was thinking, are they gonna say White Castle?
Yeah, those things are basically just as good. Most of that stuff is fine. A White Castle slider is a White Castle slider, whether it's frozen or, thawed out at the restaurant. When people mention that most TGI Fridays food is pre-frozen anyway, which is absolutely true, and maybe a contributing factor to why you can't find TGI Fridays no more out in the wild.
Yep, they got their headquarters got frozen over. It looks like Superman's Fortress of Solitude now.
That would imply that it's still in some sort of operation, which I don't know if that's the case. I think there's a few TGI Fridays left.
It's in stasis. I think It's in stasis.
Well, stasis implies that they'll be thawed out at
is a
some point.
present from
I just
me
don't know
to
if that's
you.
going to happen. Thank you, Soul Stuff, for re-upping your subscription and then for leaving us the comment snack time, which, yes, stream snack time, Charky's stream snack time. You have a drink to go along with that to pair?
I usually don't like saying what my old stuff is. If I'm
We have to get
it,
over
but
this
since you
impulse to
asked-
not repeat yourself. Who gives a shit? Just go for it.
Because most of the time, it's going to be a Monster Rehab peach tea. I just really like the Monster Rehab line, so...
And I really like this Monster Energy Ultraviolet, my fake grape.
Friends.
Thank you,
for the
Vega
raid,
Baby.
Vega Baby.
Thank you kindly. Don't mind us. We're just getting our stream snacks out of the way. And let me go ahead and ban that bot. Get the hell out of here. All right. Now that I got my can cracked open. Soul Stuff asking, are we gonna get another history lesson on LJN today? I'm glad you bring that up. Because the answer is no. Not until we get to around, like, 94 do we really have an update on the history of LJN. At this point, they're basically in a holding pattern, at this point in the story, under the ownership of Acclaim, being used as a sub-label, getting around that Nintendo restriction, and basically being the home of licensed games, of their licensed game properties. So, not much really happening behind the scenes. At least nothing that's known to us. At least nothing that's transparent, been revealed necessarily. So on that note, we'll cut to the main stage. And I'll introduce the first of 8 games tonight. NBA All-Star Challenge for the Game Boy. This is a Beam software banger. This is the first in, I believe, a series of 3, maybe 4, NBA All-Star Challenge games. I think there's one on the SNES, and another one on the Game Boy, and maybe there's a 4th one, I'm forgetting. Maybe there's a Genesis version of this. But this is another thing I want to bring up. Genesis games, not many, if any, gonna appear on this list in this retrospective. The LJN label, to my knowledge, to my assumption, was not used outside the Nintendo consoles. But then, Charky blew my mind by playing Spider-Man and Venom Separation Anxiety, or was it Maximum Carnage?
Maximum Carnage.
Playing Maximum Carnage, the version of that for the Genesis, despite not having LJN on the box, totally has the LJN logo in the splash screens before the game. So now I'm thinking I need to go through like the entire Acclaim catalog and see which games came out across SNES and Genesis, which ones had like those multi-platform releases, and see if there's any other games sort of hiding in the shadows there. But for the most part, Acclaim, I should say, used the Flying Edge label for many of their Genesis publishing ventures, and I think we'll start to see that tonight. If not tonight, then next time we do this segment. But that's enough background. We're going to get into this probably pretty unexciting game, just a Game Boy basketball game, but hey, that's the risk you run when you decide to do the retrospective of an entire publisher back catalog, is you're not going to all be exciting, or at least not on the surface. This could be great.
Maybe, yeah.
This could be the greatest basketball game of all time, for all I know.
Not even just on the Game Boy, but period.
Yeah, no. Who's to say? We don't know until we play.
Does this one have microtransactions? Does it have gambling?
No, but that would help
on this one.
Put it in the top, I would think. Those are features that everyone comes for, that they crave, from what I understand.
Oh, we were going at this from different angles.
There is 2-player mode here, but that would require link cable and emulating link cable stuff and getting it coordinated and configured.
I think we're like too far apart physically to have a link cable work between us.
I mean, we could get one that's really, really long. We just have to make sure no one like trips over it.
I've looked on Amazon. I don't think they sell them quite that long. They're like 5 feet short.
So we select a game. We have one-on-one. We have free throws, horse, accuracy shootout, and tournament. We'll start with the one-on-one. That seems to be the primary game mode. I'll be in the driver's seat for this one. Play to time. Skill level 1, winners outs, and time limits. We can go with the whole 12 minutes if we wanted to. I don't think anyone wants to see that. All right,
Okay,
let's.
so all the stars are in this game. This is all stars. So were all the stars of the NBA?
Let's go down the list. Danny Ainge, Charles Barkley,
Hey.
Larry Bird, Rolando Blackman, Tony Campbell. That's a unflattering. It looks like there's like a flashlight being shown directly into his face, and then his
eyes
mouth
are
is starting to melt.
like his eyes are completely like pinholed. Yeah.
Tom Chambers, Terry Cummings, Brad Daugherty, Clyde Drexler, Dale Ellis, Alex English, who coincidentally he only speaks Spanish, so you know it's an unfortunate naming convention. Patrick Ewing, Roy Hinson, MJ, Jeff Malone, Karl Malone,
There we are.
Danny Manning, Chris Mullen. That's a very Goober-esque face there. Again, unfortunate likenesses when all you have to work with is like 4 colors.
4 colors and roughly like, I don't know, maybe 32 by 16 pixels.
Yeah, no, I'd say you're about right. I'm ballparking 32 by 32. Akeem Olajuwon, Chuck Person, Alvin Robertson. This is more characters than I expected in this game so far, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ronnie second. Yeah, actually, no, I say more character. They're all going to be the same character in game. They're all going to share the same sprite. It's all going to be the same dude with like slightly different skin tones on. Reggie Theus, Isaiah Thomas, Kelly Tripucka, Dominique Wilkins, James Worthy, who's worthy of appearing in this game. And that's our lot.
All right.
Barring any unlockable characters.
You know how you make them different from each other?
How?
Okay. Ignore the fact that we had 2 guys who were like 7 foot something. Or at least 2 guys who were 7 foot something. You take 6'8", 6'1", 6'2", right? You make the difference that you cut off the feet, and the number of pixels they are tall is the number of inches. So if you're 6'1", you're 1 pixel tall. If you're 6'9", you're 9 pixels tall.
That's an idea. All right, I picked Charles Barkley, and we can go up against Charles Barkley. That might get confusing, so I'll go up against Larry Bird. Barkley v. Bird.
So, instantly reminded of, God, what was that game? Larry Bird versus...
Yeah, I wish I remembered.
God, why can I not remember? That's such a famous game.
It's a famous game, yes, you are correct. Alright,
Dr. J versus Larry Bird.
I'm just trying to get a dunk. Oh, I got a penalty for blocking. Does that mean they get a free? Ay, ay, ay.
So I wanted to say, speaking of, like, buying really long cables.
Sure.
Because I mentioned that earlier, and I kind of wanted to talk about this, but we had to talk about all the characters in this game. Players in this game. So I am situated very far away from my PC, because I still do not have a desk. So, like, everything has to either be wireless or hooked up by, like, extremely long USB cables, if not getting, like, extension cables. So what I wanted was, like, a 15-foot long USB-C cable, right?
Yes.
That's not really easy to get, apparently, if you were looking at, like, big brands or something like that. Like, mostly they just top out at 10. So, like, Amazon eventually recommended, like, a 15-foot long USB-C cable from, like, some, no-name nothing thing. I was like, okay, this will work fine. USB-C cable is USB-C cable, right?
Yeah.
And it worked for a while. Until one day, it was still working, but I noticed it was a little discolored. And what I noticed was, from the tip of the cable, kind of where the cable meets the actual connector, it was starting to leak a blue goo.
You love to see that.
So I decided to go with 10-foot cables from then on.
Yeah, it's not the length of the cable; it's the fact it was a no-name. I don't know if that much is obvious to you now. But
yes, that is obvious. But if the only thing I'm going to get from, like, actual named manufacturers is going to be like 10-foot at max, I'll go with 10-foot.
So this game is deceptively tricky, I gotta say. Gauging the distance, figuring out how to actually toss, the fact that the AI never misses a shot. The fact that I'm getting penalized just for, like, holding forward at the start of a thing. I think I defended
that's something that's always bugged me about a lot of basketball games, is the penalties. And I understand penalties is part of basketball games, right? But, like, it seems sometimes like the game just sort of decide, because, you know, there are penalties that are, like, nuanced. Like, you know, if you interfere with someone or not, it's not necessarily always, like, the most obvious kind of thing. Like, in a real basketball game, it's like, you know, you can tell, like, okay, was this interference or was this not? Or was this charging, was this not? In a video game, it sometimes seems like they're just flipping a coin to say, like, oh, okay, that was a penalty.
Can I just say that I would literally have an easier time getting points if I was going up against the real Larry Bird in real life playing basketball against him. Because he's really old, and I have a chance. But also because I know how to play basketball. That is the sport I enjoyed as a youngin'. And by God, that was a tough one. But maybe the free show, the free throws in this free show that you're watching here on Twitch or YouTube or wherever else.
Unless you want to pay for it.
You know, unless you want to, please subscribe here on Twitch, pledge on Patreon, boost on Discord. Let's see this free throws. And maybe the problem was, I love a Charles Barkley, love him on Inside the NBA. I did him a disservice here. Or maybe he's just, like, maybe his stats in this game, we gotta go with the GOAT. Oh boy.
He's trying to decide now, do I want to shoot at the backboard or do I want to shoot directly at the bottom of the net? There you go.
Oh, it does change the pattern a little bit. It's not just the circle. That one's like a figure 8. But I'm assuming, like, the idea is fuck off. and end it with an easy
also,
one,
Michael Jordan and his famous full head of hair.
This has to count.
Nope.
Can't skip this, by the way. They make you sit here and linger with the fact that you...
Oh, I thought you were doing that for, like, dramatic effect.
No, I usually do. You caught me on something I'm very guilty of a lot of the time, but not in this case. You know, fuck it. Let's go through all these. Horse.
Horse. All right, yeah. Okay.
And I'll pick a white guy just to see if that makes any material difference in the appearance.
Start with a 180 kickflip.
I'll go up against another white guy. It's Tom Chambers. We'll see how they distinguish these two dudes from each other. All right, it's horse. So, well,
yeah.
All right, top that, Chambers.
Well, no, you did every part of that wrong, Chambers.
All right, let's see here. Nailed it.
Try and match that.
All right, so I just need to emulate that according to horse rules. I think that needs to be Kobe.
Now, did they have to clear out all of the birds for us to play here in the bird chambers?
Yeah, but all the white on the floor, just bird shit. Fuck. You know, despite how bad I'm doing, I register, I accept that on some level, you know, if I were to practice at this game of all video games, you could probably get, like, decent at the timing.
Yeah. I don't know. The thing is, Like, I looked back at my food for a second, and I don't know which one is you.
Good question. This one is me.
Okay. Alright, so you got a horse.
I mean, I'm gonna come back on the 5th letter. Yeah! There we go.
There you go.
I'm the hoop god.
So, you get to set the shot now? Yeah.
No, this is Chambers.
Oh, never mind.
You take
Well,
turns.
then how does he lose? Oh, I guess he has
I
to
need
miss.
to do this shot, and then he needs to miss his. He needs to whiff his next one. I wonder if the timing of the dribble has anything to do with it.
I wouldn't think so.
Gee, I wonder what the score is. The bird is out. The bird's out of here. Storming off in a tizzy.
Bird is out. Warning, the bird is out.
Accuracy shootouts. This going to be like free throws, right? That's what this is going to be. It's going to be a free throws mode, but it's going to be...
It may just be like 3-pointers.
This song in particular, whatever instrumentation that was, I did not love. Where's Karl Malone? Choose 10 positions. Okay.
Yep, I knew you were going to do that. And I don't think this is dunk, so you're trying to make shots from... Alright, you're going to have to not dunk, but make a shot from there.
I have to go back and get the ball every time, too. Oh, the dunks count.
Actually, that does count. Well, that seems like an easy way to game this. I mean, granted, you're not getting a lot of points, but I don't know if they care about that. Oh, you...
I think I just, like... Oh. I have no idea what's going on, honestly.
No, well...
It keeps warping me, too. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, because it doesn't expect you to have the shot on the exact same spot every single time. It thought you were gonna, like, play by its rules and not your rules.
Well, that was a mistake on their part. Yeah, so I whiffed my 3 shots there.
And it's gonna cycle.
I really should have just done all of them underneath the hoop.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I feel pretty good about this mode. This is Cleanse the Ego. Yeah, there we go.
There you go. They had, like, 2 right there. And then the rest of them are up there.
28 seconds left. Will I dunk? The answer is probably yes.
I think the event organizer is, like, off on the sidelines, just kind of has his head in his hands, like, oh, God.
Well, the crowd loves it. That's all that matters. There's no crowd here. It's a one-on-one. This is like a practice match or something. Is usually the conceit with these.
There has to have been some, like, stadium one-on-ones, right?
Possibly.
Like, maybe, like, you know, like charity events or something.
Print this out on your Game Boy printer and put it up on the fridge. Was there another mode here? Tournament?
Tournament, which is...
Which I think is just going to be a continuation of...
Yes.
Let's see what
just
let's
play the game a lot.
Play to 2 points. Whoever gets the point wins.
I think it's 2 games, not 2 points.
Alright, I want my team to be 2 Charles Barkleys. Oh, no, they don't let you.
But it's not a team, it's a tournament. You're playing against one other person. And then there's 2 other people playing.
No, I'm choosing 4 more people. I'm just picking random people at this point. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you're picking 4 games. Okay.
Shit. Yeah, I'll take a penalty if it means I can... No, why did it set the score limit so low?
Oh, that's the score limit. Serious. Okay. It's just first person to score anything.
I've learned well. I think I got my strategy. I think I know how I'm gonna win this one.
But okay, well, who do you want to win? If you're playing every one of these, then what attachment do you have to any of the? You know,
It's whoever the game picks first. It's whoever they pick first for me to play. Though I guess I would like Karl Malone to win because he got us to victory in that that other game mode.
But the thing is, since he's like on the bottom of the list, right? If you got all the way to the finals, you would just have to throw because you'd be picking the first person.
I'll pick Karl and MJ, and I guess that leaves
Oh,
James
okay.
Worthy.
Oh, I get it now. I see how this was working.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going through the menu so fast, I couldn't catch what was happening.
It's called menuing. It's a speedrunner's trick. I hope to get the world record in this game someday, you see. You know what? Whiff it. Score on me, Malone. I know I want the finals to be. Karl Malone versus Jeff Malone, baby. Ownership of the Malone name will be decided here and now. Wait, no, whiff. Oh, hold on. Bricked it.
Oh, you missed.
Hey, you missed, pal. Yeah, there we go, baby. You know what, for that fanfare was pretty good, but I think I can do a little better than that. Congratulations, Karl Malone. You are truly the best there ever was.
That was the epitome of a car ride game.
Answer by ourselves.
How do I even exist, just Redeem, to say something nice? So before we close out of this game, move on to the next one. It's a car ride game. I think this is an acceptable car ride game. I think for the year 1991, in the backseat of your father's Honda Civic on a 3-hour car ride to Adventureland or wherever else, this would be fine. Oh, we're gonna get some CPU play. And they immediately got fouled. They immediately got teched.
Man,
stop charging.
Aggressive.
Okay, now I got to see how long this goes on for. Oh.
Okay.
This is how the game is meant to be played.
Charging like 4 times in a row.
I think we get the picture.
Okay, they've stopped.
Yeah, I think that'll do it for NBA All-Star Challenge. An acceptable car ride game. It's fine. I mean, better than a Tiger handheld. And I don't know, if you really love basketball and you love the All-Stars featured in this game, and you want to embody one of them, I'm sure it was fine for 91.
And it does have 2-player.
That's true, so if you have your brother or sister in the back of the car, you can get those link cables out. Again, in 1991. Not much value now. But, perfectly acceptable start to the evening. Which brings us to our next game. Also for the Game Boy. There's going to be a few of these tonight. This is WWF Superstars, developed by Rare. I'm going to pass this one off to you when we get it launched.
Right.
And you will take us through the wacky world of professional wrestling.
Now, did we play this one during our wrestling night?
Not this one, not this Game Boy one. I'm sure we played something called WWF Superstars. But not this particular title in this particular configuration. All right, let me just
switch up the... Yeah.
Yep. Wait, no, I can just do it like this. Oh.
Oh, goodbye. Copyright.
All right. I was gonna say name those wrestlers, but I guess the game's gonna do it for us.
Yeah.
How many wrestlers do you think are in this game?
6.
Probably a safe bet.
Oh, I have to hit A. So we got Miss Perfect, we got Ultimate Warrior.
Hogan.
Just wanted to let that theme play out a little. Macho King Randy Savage, we're in that era. And we got $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. Miss Perfect, 1, 2, 3.
And it just
4,
loops?
5.
It doesn't take you to the title
5.
screen after going through all these wrestlers? All 5 of them?
Oh, no.
Remix!
Select.
Remix?
Alright, I picked Mr. Perfect. Best of just one fall.
This is bare bones.
Yeah. There's not really a mode select. It's just pick who you want and play the game.
Oh, we got promos, though. Perfection comes at a price. The price will be defeat.
I have money.
How do you know what he was going to say on the screen? Oh, it goes back and forth. Your chances of beating me aren't worth 2 cents, pal. Response? I tip big, and here's my tip for you, Mr. Perfect. Go home while you still can.
This is going to be like a Triple H era 5-minute promo. 15 minutes.
Goes back and forth 3 more times. All right, so just to reaffirm, you are Mr. Perfect in this, and you're being the snot out of DiBiase. Wait, does that mean this game doesn't have like link cable multiplayer either? That this is just like you versus CPU? There was no option for it on the menu?
There wasn't an option, no. It just jumped right into...
Unless you need to have the link cables plugged in before the game starts. That might be the case.
I'm looking off to the side there, and I do see multiplayer listed.
On the little launch box thing. That doesn't mean much. Launchbox is really bad about tagging that stuff properly.
I don't seem to have strikes. A and B both do this. So they both seem to be different, either different flavors of grapples, or it's just all grapple.
All grapple just right. Video Game King had predicted that the second game of the night with stars in the title. That's true. In the second game that I suspect will focus more on the mechanics of the sport because the hardware isn't all that conducive to representing the stars themselves. And then they later posted, well, there goes that prediction.
Yeah. I would honestly say this is... Like, I can tell that's supposed to be Ted DiBiase by his sprite there. Like, that's recognizable enough for me.
Yeah, these are fine.
I seem to have one command. I am really trying different things.
Do both buttons do something at least, or?
Wow, that was a quick kick out. Both buttons do the same thing.
Oh! Hold on a second.
Oh, wait, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing wrong.
No? Okay, so
No, I already know what I'm doing wrong. Never mind. Put me back in, coach.
Put you back in?
Yeah.
All right. And I'll be reading chat while you continue to play this.
Yep, that's it. Okay. We
Mr.
map
saying
our
that
controller. We map our controllers in different ways.
The role of Mr. Perfect will be played by Greg Valentine, which, yeah, it is recognizable as Mr. Perfect, but I could also guess a Greg Valentine. I mean, that is the thing. DiBiase is definitely DiBiase. Backlash Jack says that DiBiase looks like a dog who ate a bee in that picture in the upper right. Everybody's got a price. Like, my mouth is full with bees, sorry.
Okay. So, the two buttons do different things. It's, like I said, we map our controllers differently. So, I was hitting the wrong buttons.
Oh, out of the ring!
Into the ring.
You didn't want to fight back out of the ring? You didn't want to get some plunder from under the ring?
I don't think I'm going to be able to grab a weapon here.
You know what's funny? That they keep, like, chairs underneath the ring, as if, like, the chairs that they're filling out the auditor, like, the stadiums with are just, like, those folding chairs that you see underneath the ring. It's almost like they're
also,
just there for people to beat each other to death with or something.
Also, they keep kendo sticks under the ring, like like right after this match here at the
kendo tournament comes through.
Yeah, local high school kendo tournament happens.
Where'd all our kendo sticks go? Yeah, sorry, there was a bloodbath match earlier here today.
EIA.
What a victory! Fans will talk about that pin for years! Alright, you guys are going to have to remember this one for years and keep bringing it up in our streams. We wouldn't want to make a liar of Vince McMahon here.
Like, they're not going to talk about the match. They're just going to talk about that pin.
The $1 Million Man's many talents went bankrupt in that matchup. So there's only going to be 4 matches in this game.
Yeah, unless there is a mirror match.
Mr. Perfect's evil twin!
Like a fake Undertaker situation.
Yeah!
Oh,
I'm the Macho King, yeah, and I rule everyone in the WWF, oh yeah. I'm warning you, Macho King, Perfect simply can't lose. I don't have a good Perfect in me. I have a decent Macho King. Mr. Perfect, oh yeah, Mr. Imperfect is more like it. Oh yeah, brother, and cream rises to the top.
Well, that hurt my feelings. I'm leaving. Oh no, I can't. Come here.
Video King pointing out that a good 15% of the screen is dedicated to the WWF logo at all times, whether it's it's on the ring post in the center of the ring. They might as well just put the WWF logo between Perfect and Savage too, in the heads-up display at the top. I mean, why not, right?
If you want to make a modern version of this, you would have like 30% of the screen with like a Prime energy drink logo at all times.
So many wrestling games get mods to modernize them, to update the rosters, put in current-day superstars and wrestlers, cross-promotional bouts. Why doesn't this one get any mods? With its 5-person roster. Get on it, people. I like this technique of yours. Oh, good! Alright, roll battle! Who can roll into each other the hardest? I mean, this is a brilliant strategy.
Is this what they say when, like, the ground game is so important?
Yes, as I recall. This is basically what 90% of matches in Fighting Network rings were like.
Okay, it made me get up. I think either it made me get up or I pressed the wrong button by accident.
So you bought yourself some time to strategize down there.
Yeah.
Pro Striker 92 pointing out that Macho Man did make a song about missing his friend Mr. Perfect. At least they're wrestling together somewhere now. You ever listen to that Randy Savage album?
Not in full. And it's been a very long time since I've heard any of it.
There used to be a point in time where my roommate, Magic Meows in the chat, moderator, some of you may know, Carmen in the Discord, will attest to the fact that I would just put on the worst music for our car rides as I was driving around. And some of my staples were Hulk Hogan's Hulk Rules album and the Macho Man Randy Savage rap album. Is Savage gonna go for the pin?
Macho Man's like, I've proved my point. I can't get up. I'm dead.
He's just taunting you. He's just dragging this out. It's like a
it's
cat
up to
playing
Savage
with their
now.
prey.
Like the match is
He waited for you to get like a sliver of HP, and then he just like, nuh-uh, brother.
He needed to get his shit in. He wanted to do a finisher.
What a victory!
Fans will...
Mr. Perfect didn't quite live up to his name in that bout. That's my Vince McMahon impression. Does it kick you back to the title screen? Oh yeah, it does.
Yep. I do want to go back in for a little bit because I think the thing I like the most about this is that there seems to be like specific interactions between every wrestler.
Yeah, give me the Hulkster. Let's see what the Hulkster has to say to people. Let's see if I have a Hulk Hogan to me. I don't, but
there's the one fall still.
Of course.
Ah, it's not hot.
This is gonna be a fight to the finish, big dude. HH. I will perfect flex my way to victory. You know what, Mr. Perfect? You're a perfect disgrace. Vitamins. Bow down to my perfection, Hogan. Yeah, that's Hogan.
But hello, Cass.
Oh, hello.
I don't know what happened, but like I just heard the Discord like boop.
Are you? We're still in. We're still live. We're still going.
Yeah. Also, when that happened, I started talking to the crowd like, folks, I don't know what happened to Cass, but I realized I'm not the one streaming.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, they got to hear my incredible Hulk Hogan impression, so.
All right, my question is, did you disconnect or did I disconnect?
Who cares? Well, you got outed. You did not get back in the ring in time. This great bout is halted by the referee's 10 count. What a great bout it was. You got tossed out of the ring and they ended it. They called it.
That was a like fast 10 count, I gotta say.
A crooked ref.
Also, I'm very used to wrestling games of this era being 20 count.
Yeah. Not here.
Well, that was so fast. Why don't we do one more? Just to at least see.
Let's do the Warrior.
Seen
I hate
Warrior
this guy's guts, but do it anyway. And we'll see what I can do. Good. You already got it. You already nailed the impression. You want to give it a shot?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see if
Discord just eats all of this.
Your strength, your skill, they pale beside the force of the Ultimate Warrior.
That came through.
Find it real quick. Yeah. Your strength. Okay, I have to go lower. How perfect flex my way to victory. My warriors stay beside me to reveal your perfection like the lion truly is. All right, there it is.
That's pretty good. No, go for it. Yeah, that's.
You may be big warrior, but the bigger are, the harder they fall. I didn't have it at first. I had to remember what he sounded like. I was faking it at first.
Remember his promo about where he was going to get on a plane with his opponent, and then he was going to like knock out the pilot and crash the plane, but he was going to jump out with a parachute. And he was going to kill his opponent and the pilot and everyone else on board, presumably. But that would somehow result in a win for him.
Okay. Back in the day when I was playing Payday 2, they had a mask in there that just looked like the Ultimate Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would do is I would go into random pub games, and I would have over my microphone Ultimate Warrior's theme playing, and I would just kind of like not shoot. I would just shout constantly in Ultimate Warrior. It was like, load up the van with the rocket fuel. Get out of here with the loot bags.
And no chance, no opportunity to stealth. You just charge right in. You run immediately into the jewelry store and immediately start breaking all the glass. And
stealth is for the weak.
So how does this game play?
I feel like I'm missing mechanics. Like that.
Seems accurate to me. It might just be.
It's kind of dull. Like, it's not even bad in a way that I go like, oh my god, this is awful. It's like, no, it's just kind of dull.
No, it's just boring bad.
To be honest. Yeah.
But, acceptable for a moment in time. Another one of those car ride games.
Oh,
nice drop kick into the ropes. If you walk into these fists, it's your fault.
The AI doesn't seem to be fully aware of what's happening.
You're playing chicken with each other. It's whoever gives up on this first.
See, I shouldn't have given up.
How Do I Even Exist says Car Ride Games, the name of their new studio that they're going to be starting.
You know what, though? I can definitely tell this is a rare game.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the collectibles.
Punch combo,
yeah.
That punch combo leading into, like, a headbutt, that feels like very Battletoads.
Pia!
All right, let's just see what Vince has to say about this.
He tried to kick out of the pin, but he didn't have any strength left in him.
Oh no, if we at least start the next match, I can do Ultimate Warrior voice again.
Once again, the warrior dominates his foe with his awesome strength. I wonder if this is annoying for the audience. It's
great for me.
It's good for me too, and ultimately that's what matters. Like, the audience needs to recognize it's something that we just do these streams for us to pop each other more than anything.
Yeah. Your strength, your skill, they pale beside the force of the Ultimate Warrior.
Mm-hmm. If talent were money, I'd still be wealthy. Wait, he's saying that he'd still be wealthy, but you'd be bankrupt. I thought he was admitting that he lost all his money like he did in real life.
Material wealth is useless against the Ultimate Warrior.
Unless you use it to buy a gun and shoot me, which I could really do nothing about.
Well, and scheme all you want. I will! You ever see that comic where
he assaults Santa Claus and steals his uniform?
Yeah.
Do you think that does it for WWF Superstars?
I think that, yep, I think that does do it. I just wanted another excuse to go.
Oh no, absolutely, and I'm here to enable that behavior, as it turns out. All right, so that was WWF Superstars for the Game Boy. Thank you, Rare. And oh, what's this next game? It's also by Rare. Funny that. This is Beetlejuice on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Again, brought to us by Rare. You hear about that new Beetlejuice movie coming out?
I think I have. I mean, I feel like they've been trying to make that for years.
Well, they're doing it now.
Decades.
It looks like they're making a Beetlejuice movie 30 years after the fact, so I guess if that's what folk are clamoring for.
By the way, folks at home, if you have the same disorder that I do, where you have to track how many times someone says Beetlejuice in a video, and if they do something special on the third time, sorry, we didn't do it.
Yeah, but luckily when we say Candlejack, we fully commit to that bit.
Hey, I didn't say it. I don't have to shut up.
Yeah, no. All right, let me check the volume on this one. Yeah, I think we're in the right zone. Okay.
Never seen this. Hey, surprise, surprise. Never seen this movie.
It's showtime. It's showtime!
I did see the TV show a lot as a kid. The cartoon.
Oh, that's cool. That the head that displayed indicating how many lives you have is just constantly flashing in a desperate attempt at transparency. Awesome.
To be hyper aware at all times.
Can I jump on this guy? Can I kick him?
Enemies. I don't remember how you attack enemies. In fact, full stop. I don't remember how you attack enemies in this game.
Alright, I got a key. Alright, I solved it.
Every part of this looks like an emulation error.
Yeah, but I can assure you this is running as intended.
Okay, I'm looking up the controls here.
There ain't many of them.
Curious about something. I know. Okay, so B button is stomp beetles. So yes, that is your attack.
Fuck! Something came out of the cauldron and pushed me into the blinding light. Yes or no? Does that like correspond to the buttons? Or nope, A and B do nothing. Oh man, this ain't a good day for me. First I lose my true love, then I don't get to make it to ghoul heaven. But worst of all, these deetsies are still on the loose. Maybe I can con those sucker matelins into letting me try again. Alright, showtime again. Is that a beetle or not?
Oh, Yes.
Well, I tried stomping him before and it did not work. As seen there. Pardon.
Bye.
Okay, rewind. Play that back. So that's not a solid object. That is just...
No.
Huh.
They've really built this house on like a precarious situation.
Oh, I have to get on top of... Fuck.
By the way, this entire manual is written in first person.
Of course it is.
Beetlejuice's perspective.
What hit me there? Was it the torch? I'm not allowed to touch the torch now?
Just don't touch things.
Ugh. I bet the flower would
There's
kill
an
me
economy in this game. Like, you can buy things.
I don't know if we're gonna make it to that.
We're never going to see.
Is there another thing up there? Can I look up if I hold down the up button? No.
Thank you for purchasing LJN's Beetlejuice for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Oh, you're welcome.
It is designed to give you endless hours of game playing enjoyment.
And there's a shark in that bathtub. I want to get that.
Warning, do not...
Hello! Pardon! You're telling me that if I jump, the screen stops scrolling and I can take a fall damage death? Or fall off screen? I mean, that rules.
Fully aware of what I'm doing. Can't you see?
Precautions. Do not store this game in places that are very hot or cold. Never hit it, drop it, or take it apart. Avoid touching connectors.
These torches...
Now, I'm reading that because I'm getting to this part. Do not clean with benzene, paint thinner, alcohol, or other solvents. Have you ever, like, heeded that warning?
No, I make sure to clean all my games with solvent just to spite Nintendo. I'm gonna drink up, by the way.
Because I remember as a kid, like, I would, like, if those connections got dirty, we would clean them with, like, rubbing alcohol.
I found the book for the recently deceased. It tells me to enter the recently deceased information booths to obtain scares.
And to my knowledge, my NES games still work.
I had one of those NES game cleaning kits that was specifically designed for, and I think it just had, like, you know, like whatever alcohol solution in it.
Say something nice from the chat. Oh,
this
you
guy's
found the
cool.
shop.
I have help vouchers. I'll buy a skeleton or a Medusa head.
Okay. Medusa head is... That might... What is that?
I don't know, but we'll find out.
Medusa head. It is a Medusa head. Use this one to freeze those pesky floating skulls.
What about the Birdman?
The Birdman is jumping really high.
Yeah, I'll take that. And just out of curiosity, what does the skeleton do?
The one you wear when you have a bone to pick with someone. Parentheses, get it? Bone to pick, haha, I kill myself, in parentheses. It has to do with bees, apparently. Oh, you scare bees away. As a skeleton.
Okay.
Somehow.
Down to exit the shop, select to buy items while you're in there, by the way. A and B.
Oh, those are the beetles that you crush with your stomp. Not the big beetles, the really tiny beetles.
Right, so how do I...
Skeleton, just scare the bees. Oh, what are you trying to do? Oh, okay. Let me check. Press...
Well, that ain't it.
To access scares, which is the thing you're doing, press start, and then press A or B to select a scare, and then you press B to use a scare. So that's specifically for freezing skulls. Although I guess it will hurt something.
Oh, I'm out.
Something? Yeah, well, that was the wrong tool for it, basically.
And I'm out.
Yep. It seems like you need to use very specific tools for very specific issues. And the manual does explicitly say what each of those tools is.
Now, here's
Again,
my
question. Running into the issue that we have of playing these old games without a manual. Andy.
Fuck.
Okay, your question was...
How the fuck do you progress?
Let's see. Level 1 says, first, get the key to the house, then inside, I turn off the lights and turn on the cloud elevators. I collect the handbook for the recently deceased. I'll need that later. Then I go from the roof to the last garage. I have to get those blasted beehives. I have to get rid of those blasted beehives. The manual actually does tell you level by level what to do.
Oh, wait, hold on. I think I figured it out. No, that's just a trap, a trick. I thought maybe coming down here would do something. I need to make more money so I can buy more of this shit, I guess.
Alright, and it says here... Oh, where is it? It said exactly how many help vouchers you get for doing shit. So stomping on beetles gets you 10 to 75 help vouchers.
Oh my god, I think I need to grind. I think I straight up need to grind beetles here.
Yes. There are other things you can do to get help vouchers, but they're, like, require you to do things that you don't have access to right now.
Very cool.
Yeah, I guess this is, to be slightly fair, this is something that the manual that if you were a kid with this game you would have unless you rented it.
I mean, you're explaining it just fine. I get it.
Yeah,
it's just a bad gameplay loop. It's just a... At least I have plenty of health vouchers. So which one was for the beehives again?
The skeleton.
I don't even know how many lives I have. Oh, I guess it's 0. I guess that indicator on the screen.
No, you have 1 life.
Oh, yep. Alright.
Alright. So what did it say? No, wrong thing. So what you need still is you need the handbook for the recently deceased.
I got that.
Okay. Then I go from the roof of the last... I go from the roof to the last garage.
So I need to be able to jump high.
Yes.
And which one is that?
That's the bird.
That would make sense. I'll buy 2 just to be safe. So land probably jump here. Oh wait, no.
Did getting rid of the bird hive activate that elevator
Yes.
thing? Is that what happened? Okay.
Can't do anything about that. My Birdman abilities do not help me with killing those larger enemies. And yet more of these in case I need them. You can't stop beetles when you're in Birdman mode, by the way.
You ever see that movie?
Birdman? Oh yeah, with coincidentally also has Michael Keaton in it.
Yeah.
That movie's great. I like that movie.
I kind of would have liked it better if it was about Harvey Birdman.
These bees are beginning to bug me. I'd better destroy the hive. My skeleton scare has no flesh to be stung, so I guess I'll be able to get close with that. You would have to have used a skeleton to kill the beehive before to get to this point, to get that tooltip.
You know what? Theoretically not. You could have dropped off the side, I guess, to get to that ledge.
No, because the screen wouldn't scroll with you.
Oh. Okay, well... Well, maybe they're just now giving you the lore explanation for, hey, that's some silly shit you did there, right? To get the skeleton to do it? Well, here's why.
So, I will say, it's great that the instruction manual summarizes this stuff. It is fucked that the progression in this game is so absolutely borked that you can't intuit anything in this game to figure out, like, things on your own without the use of that instruction manual. That strikes me as not ideal.
I feel like it was a different time to a certain degree, to a certain extent. Oh God.
Like a wombo
Is that
combo
Adam
there.
Is that Gomez Adams?
Yes, I will continue. Alright, how do I hurt this guy? Presumably using any number of projectiles that these guys have on offer. No.
No.
That don't work either.
Oh, okay. Now, the manual doesn't say anything about this. You only had the 3 things available to you.
I think the skeleton. It must be the skeleton. That was the only one I think that made him flash even, like, momentarily when I hit him with it. And now I can't get out of here because he's camped by there, so I have to go all the way over here and maybe he'll move right. Come on, try to corner me, buddy.
You have not tried the Medusa skull on it, or Medusa head on him.
I have to jump. I can't go through this. I can't jump down like I can with other platforms in the game. No, this one doesn't work either, actually. So how the fuck do I get out of here? Besides just forfeiting a life there, I guess. Which, you know. Huh?
Oh.
Huh? Huh?
So, I'm getting the feeling that we're gonna rank this one lower on the scale.
What gives you that impression? Come on, it's got a novel, like, economy system in it. That's pretty cool. That's pretty innovative for the time. It has grinding. That's neat for a platform. You don't see too many platformers with grinding in them. You know, that's kind of unique. That's kind of charming. Just spend hours doing this so you can get enough points to buy enough items to, like, figure out what shit actually works and what doesn't. And then just jump off of ledges until you figure out, like, which way the game wants you to go.
Listen, I just finished playing Strange Journey. It was 80 hours. You can't show me this grinding and make me feel at this moment like this is bad.
But it's an NES platformer.
Yes, I know. I understand. But I can't get my ire up on grinding at this moment. At this moment in time.
That's fair. But still, I can get my dander up.
I will defer to you, though. I will defer to you on the fact that this is bad for a platformer.
I'll buy a Medusa head. Fuck it, why not? I think every time I exit and enter the shop, it might... oh, you know what? The number decreases as I kill... As something happens. See how it goes from like 2 to 1 and back down to 0 at some point? So that's how you regenerate health. Yeah, so killing the beetles, in addition to being economic, also restores how many times my name has been said. Or something like that.
Oh, I was wondering why the word Beetlejuice was... But no, But saying this... Okay, again, like I said, I haven't seen the movie. You summon him by saying his name 3 times. You don't banish him by saying his name 3 times, right?
Hey, they needed something for this video game. They needed some sort of mechanic to stand in for typical health. I mean, God forbid you just use hearts or something.
I was gonna say, you could just say he gets 3 hits.
Oop.
Alright, try the Medusa head.
Well, the skeleton also did damage, so it could be either of these. Let's get behind. No.
I think he's impervious from the rear.
No, I think it literally is just... Okay, no, maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Come this way. Fuck! Let's try the Medusa head again. Also, this is a truly hideous game. I don't know if that much is clear, abundant.
Oh, you got
that was the
one
Medusa.
shot of that.
Oops. Yeah, let's
I don't know. I'm speaking early, but I think Pictionary still might be worse.
It's tough.
Like, Pictionary. Oh, you know what? I'll save this for the end when we do our ranking. Because I got some opinions that are leading me to think that Pictionary is worse. This is bad, though.
Video Game King saying that Game FAQ says you need to hit a spray can. What am I doing if not hitting his spray can right here? Just how many times do I need to fucking hit it? That's my question. How many skeletons or Medusa heads do I need to come in here with? Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. It's not letting me out.
No escape.
Is it going to spawn us in the complete different zone this time? Nope.
Don't know why that happened that one time.
Tiger Chimera says, a platform where you need to grind to get alternate forms to do certain actions to progress the game that disappear as soon as you get hit once? I thought this was an LGN stream, not a Balan Wonderworld stream.
We still need to set aside some time off stream to prepare for the next one.
Yeah,
Grind.
mentally, emotionally.
So just stuck in this room?
I think so.
They're not awake. This is dumb, but can you jump attack? Can you do a stomp while you're jumping?
No. Now that I'm out of scares, it kicks me back out here.
Oh, okay. It's like, well, now you have no chance, so you better go out and grind.
But I didn't have a chance before!
Yeah, I know.
I never had a chance!
I understand, but it's some sort of failsafe.
I'm so curious how the hell you get past this that I'm willing to burn this stream to just... If I could just kill this boss.
Let me...
Maybe look up a video of this for me, just so I can...
Yeah, I'm looking up stuff.
This is...
It says the skeleton is the key to this one.
Okay.
Fire at the spray can until your scare wears off. Repeat till he dies.
Brilliant.
That's it. It's just do it a bunch. So you do really have to grind out to hold up a bunch of different, skeletons at once.
Just gotta stock up on skeletons.
Yeah. And then you have to just get good at being able to jump over that spray thing.
I have to have enough points by now, right? Does it tell me how many points I have? No, of course it doesn't. Why would you want to be able to access that information from the start screen? You know, let's buy another one just for good measure. Let's... And if this isn't enough... I don't know how many skeletons I have, but if however many I have... 7. If 7 skeletons is not enough... defeat this boss. Fuck! It's great because when he hits you once and you're up against the wall, it just... It does what it does, which is, Okay, I think I got the pattern, though, at least.
Yes.
What? Pardon? It's so hard because it takes like a full second of holding down right on the D-pad to make him turn around to convince Beetlejuice that's actually worth turning around.
This is pretty, what sort of thing for bad?
Dire?
Dire, yes. The fact that you can't just go in here with the right power-up to fight him. You have to stockpile on the power-up to constantly...
What if I need to push him up against the wall?
That's
What
not it. It just says hit him a bunch. I mean, I don't think you would be able to get him up against the wall.
If I hit it quick enough.
Let me rephrase this. I don't think you would be able to get him up against the wall. It's not letting you? Oh, no, you already had it.
And I wasted that. That's gonna do it for Beetlejuice on the NES.
Yeah.
You know, I usually like to be able to beat, like, one level of a video game. But, that just ain't happening on this one. That is, nightmarish. Remember how I said at the top of the show that there was a game I assumed might be the new worst? That wasn't the one I thought was going to be the new worst.
Oh, really? I thought that was the one you were talking about.
No, there's one I thought was going to be worse than that, but
we'll discuss it. We'll discuss it at the end.
Ay. The Punisher Ultimate Payback, developed by Beam Software. Special appearance by Spider-Man. Where on the cover? Does he appear in the game? It probably appears in the game, but I do love just like Spider-Man on the cover and just being like, he's in it, it's in this! Spider-Man's in this! We know you don't like the Punisher, but you like Spider-Man? He's gonna have a special appearance! You won't be able to play as him. He'll be like he'll show up in one cutscene once. We'll have like one sprite of him, but count that as a special appearance by Spider-Man. You want to play this one?
Sure.
Oh man, this ain't a good day for me, to quote Beetlejuice. I think you might be in control already.
All right. I'm letting the intro play.
Now, is this going to be a conversion of the NES game?
The guilty must be punished. The innocent must be punished. The drug lords must be punished. And they destroy innocent lives. They must be punished.
Payback in full. Them all.
I have a feeling this is going to be like the NES game, as close as they can.
Punisher, there's trouble at the ball. Drug gangs are terrorizing innocent people. See if you can put a stop to it. I'll meet you there. Just make sure not to kill anyone. Just like every superhero tells Punisher, all right, but no killing. We'll tell you about where all the criminals are, but don't kill anyone.
Right, this is, in fact, trying to kind of be the NES game.
Does that mean you can shoot the windows to break the glass yourself? Hell yeah, it does.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah. So immediately, I wish I was one playing this, because this seems fun. This seems cool, actually.
Oh, this is... It's not the authentic experience. This is a little better if I use the analog stick.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, there were, like, these weirdo shell peripherals you could clamp on your Game Boy that would give you the equivalent of an analog stick. I like how this lady's just trying to do her shopping. She's, like, really unbothered by the bullets and all, like, the gunfire happening here. She's just like, if I can just get through this and get back home...
I like the drug lords who are just riding in the cart like little kids.
No, they're actually filming their Jackass tribute videos. They're CKY tributes. All right, I'm the drug lord, and this is getting shot at by the Punisher in the shopping mall. Oh, my nards.
Yeah, these ladies shopping just...
Women do be shopping!
Yeah, you really wanted to jump on top of that one. Alright. I need a health. Thank you.
So this gets rid of the mechanic from the NES game wherein you are on screen as Punisher and you have to dodge shots. So I think you just get hit.
That does... Yeah, that does mean you just get hit constantly.
But if you're like shooting glass and stuff and looking for 1-ups and for health and things of that nature, cool it, big guy. We've got a problem.
Yo, Spider-Man, maybe it's your fault for telling the Punisher where to go.
If you can free them, I'll swing down and grab them. Just be careful. Okay. Remember, keep shooting everything.
Okay, well, I have limited of this.
It doesn't matter. You got to do it because that's the only way you can get health and stuff to appear.
Yeah,
and you don't know what's destructible and what's not.
I just don't want to waste my good ammo.
Too bad, because you need health more. Oh, I think you mowed down a civilian.
Yep. See, that's what you said. Keep firing, don't stop firing, and that's what happens.
Look at this guy.
Oh.
You can use grenades too.
Yeah.
Stop shooting those ladies.
She needs to stop like hanging out with these people. That's the problem.
It's a bad crowd, lady.
Oh right.
Let's see if Spider-Man swoops in. Yeah, there he is.
Okay. All right. She's not hanging out with them. She's their hostage. That's okay. I understand. God damn it. It's hard to aim precisely. Okay, Jesus. Hey! I can't...
You're making progress, probably.
I just take damage, though. Like, he doesn't... Okay.
Stage 1 complete.
Jesus.
Ooh! Bonus upgrades. I've seen some turkeys in my time, Punisher, but you sure are the worst! By the way, Punisher, I overheard the boss. Here, I know you just did a horrible thing, that you killed like 3 civilians, that you've been killing all these people, but I'm gonna give you another mission anyway. I'm gonna give you a second shot. You should be able to handle it yourself this time.
I trust you implicitly, Punisher.
Despite your play of it, I think this game is probably pretty good.
Would you like to switch controllers and give it a shot?
Yeah, I'll give it a little bit of a shot. I could probably figure this out.
It's A to shoot and B to grenade.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck that up at first anyway, but... Alright, I'm in control. Have to do this on 1 life. I think I got it, though.
I think you have 2 lives.
Maybe, if they count 1 as 2, in the way that video games often do.
I'll be right back while you do this.
Yeah, go for it. I'll just keep punishing. As I do. Yeah, for a Game Boy game, for a 91 Game Boy game... I know we've been talking about car ride games today, but this is a good car ride game. This is like, you know, it's action-packed. If you're someone who likes light gun games in the way I do, and you're just like, you know, it's not quite comparable to that. It is a rail shooter, though, technically. If you like an Operation Wolf, this is a totally acceptable version of that. Shit. I'd have been fucking thrilled with this game if I had had it back in the day. Instead of shit like Castlevania The Adventure, you know? Yabate! Or whatever that, the name of the ship is. And, you know, not to disparage my good friend Charky, my co-host Charky, but I feel like got a little bit more of a grip on this game than Charky might have. Which is fair. They're not a big shooter game person, if memory serves. I mean, I know they play plenty. I played with them. They're fine. You know, in a Fortnite match, they do what they need to do. But you know, I am the rail shooter specialist. I'm assuming that was a bad guy driving that thing. Oh, can I toss grenades at this boat to blow it up? Oh, yes, I sure can. Ow. Alright, so forklift guys do gotta die. I just realized they do shoot. kind of neat, though. This level of destruction. Blowing up this boat. Not every Game Boy game lets you do this, you know? It's very few of them, as a matter of fact, would have this level of environmental destruction. Granted, I'm burning all my ammo on this. Let's use that turbo button. Since I have the one bullet, and since I've used up all my good ammo, if you use a turbo button, though, it's like having a machine gun all the time. Which is maybe not the way it was meant to be played, but... Ooh. Now at last, the city has been cleansed. At the end of the game? Surely, this is not the end of the chain. I must find the next link, no matter where it leads. TTL the Mind says, I'm a little better at this kind of game, they say while tossing away their only way to stun a boss. Look, I'm playing this for the first time, and also, there was no boss there, so, you know. I think I did just fine. And they replenished my grenades, so, you know. I think I'm doing alright here. You little backseater. Break out these windows. And I'm just using the turbo button still. Because, you know, fuck it. I know I'm using a machine gun already, so it's kind of slightly redundant, but, Now this is just like Operation Wolf. This is what Operation Wolf would look like as a Game Boy game. And again...
What sounds like...
I've got to stress.
Sounds like you're having fun.
Yeah, I am. This game's great.
Yeah. I gotta say, from what I played of it, it seemed good.
Yeah, no, I could
like I was not doing well at it going in like first without having played like mini games like this one before. But yeah, this seemed like a good one.
Oh, it's getting tough though. I really got to stay on top of like these people in the turrets, especially. So there is a level of difficulty. It is spiking a little bit in difficulty, which is fair. It's allowed to do. Stage 3, I should have a little bit better of a grip on the mechanics. I should be coming into this with something of a stockpile.
I feel like I would enjoy this better if it was more like the NES one, where you could like kind of
theoretically dodge bullets.
Yeah, yeah. It was the issue I was having was that kind of how unavoidable some of the damage felt in like. But
sure.
Yeah, I wasn't spraying the environment too much because they had given me like a good machine gun, and I realized I had limited amount of it.
No, you just gotta burn that shit. You just gotta like figure out what stuff in the environment you can break and which stuff is like solid object. Why did it put a second D in there? I pressed start to like, you know, be like, all right, that's all the letters I need. That's fine though. I'm gonna say that was Punisher: The Ultimate Payback.
Fully aware of what I'm doing.
Oh, thank you for the drink up,
You see?
Frank Gothic. So that's the second one of these Punisher games we've played for this series.
Yeah.
And
both of them were decent.
I'd go beyond decent. I think that NES game is probably one of like the better NES games I've played. This is definitely one of the better Game Boy games I've played. So no complaints, really, on those two. I think I might have a little more to complain about with this next one we're about to play. This is Bill and Ted's excellent video game adventure for the Nintendo Entertainment System, developed by Beam Software, who did this bring... Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, that's the wrong information. This is by Rocket Science Games, which is not to be confused with Rocket Science Games, the people who made Lodestar, The Legend of Tully Bodine. Article up on the site. Elon Musk programmed on that game. That fucking piece of shit. So,
wait, what?
Yeah, no, Elon Musk was a low-level programmer for a studio by the name of Rocket Science Games that put out bad FMV rail shooters. And we wrote an article about The Legend of Tully Bodine, which is too long a title for me to just like do the bit where I go through the whole URL. So I'll just post this in the chat. But different developer from this Rocket Science Games. I only know that because I researched, say, is this the same Rocket Science Games? Two different Rocket Science Games. These ones just brought us Bill and Ted's excellent video game adventure. I think maybe one other game. But I know this game by reputation. I have not played this. Bob and I are pointing out, can you still buy the re-release of this? Don't ask me why there's a re-release. There was, in fact, a re-release of this game at a certain point in time. I think it was a limited run games gimmick.
Oh, I think that implies then that you cannot buy it currently.
Probably not, because the run was limited, you see. Assuming it was limited run games. It may have been someone else. I don't know. All I know is that I think we're about to have a bad time. As I get it launched. Alright, Retro Architects, go away so we can see. Yeah, there he is. George Carlin. Backlash Jack asking, or saying that, or no, they are asking if the Lynx version is different than this one. Yes, different developer, different type of game entirely. And I'll spoil this. There's another Bill and Ted's excellent video game adventure game we're going to play tonight. Which is also different from this. We'll see that when we get to it. Once upon a time, somewhere along the temporal continuum. This is all automated, by the way. Greetings, my excellent friend. Your time-traveling skills are needed once again.
Thank you, Ringo.
Time-space rebels have relocated important historical personalities into the incorrect time periods. This is like a Mario is missing type situation. If history is not corrected, wild stallions will miss the concert that will launch your careers. First, check the historical telephone directory to see whose phone number has been changed and travel to their world. No problemo, mighty Rufus dude. Unfortunately, I can only leave you a payphone. That is most upsetting, Rufus. You see, I am currently without any change with which to make a call. Here are 15 coins. Not quarters, not dimes, not anything, just coins to help you out. And if you use a shortcut through time, you can also save money. Now listen carefully. Oh, well, oops. The D-pad advances text, as well as the A and B buttons.
That seemed like important information to have. Are you going to do the streamer thing? Are you going to grump it?
Grump it?
Like game grump it?
As in, like, not take any of the advice, or...
Don't read any tutorials and then complain when you don't understand what's going on.
Around.
Be kind, rewind. Hi, Rufus. I guess I just missed Ted. It's better that you work separately in order to restore order to the temporal continuum. Sure, dude. Whatever you say. Any advice before I go help my most excellent compatriots? This is Alex Winters, right? Who plays Bill in this. He's a cool dude.
I don't know off the top of my head.
You need a special item to help lure the historical dudes back to... Well, it's going... this is also auto-advancing. To make this the most triumphant adventure. So I was gonna ask, like, where Bill and/or Ted was when Bill and/or Ted was talking to Rufus at first, but there's our... Alright, so Cleopatra,
I
Confucius.
assume Ted is Keanu Reeves' character,
Yep.
if only by their placement on the title screen. Now, this may surprise you. I have not seen Bill and Ted. Except
Jesse
for
James,
once.
Al Capone. Ooh, Elvis.
The thing is, when I was in kindergarten, we had someone like watching after our class who was definitely not a teacher. This was like a summer thing. And they just had us watch Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Like, that's the one with the
Squeakquel,
the
yeah.
Seventh Seal. That was the one with the
Yes.
Seventh Seal
With
reference.
Ingmar
where they-
Bergman's Grim Reaper, yes.
Yeah, but the thing was, I was in kindergarten, so that scared the shit out of me.
Oh my god, do I need to straight up remember remember the phone number?
Yes.
555-6842.
You're going to also need to remember the phone number here.
Well, I know it's 555 because they all start with 555. Fuck. Yeah, so I vaguely know how you're meant to do this, and I'm blowing it because this little thing that you use moves so slowly. I need to park it in, like... Nope, goddamn, facing the wrong way. Okay. 5.
Can you just call the operator?
Yeah, just please connect me. Alright, so this thing is not even, like... Not even where you aim, because this is based on the spinning. Fuck!
K4 Boom or Kaboom, sorry, asks, "What the hell is this?"
That's a good fucking question. Have you kept track of the phone number? What numbers we've dialed so far? I sure as hell haven't.
I can tell you, it was not the correct numbers. You started with skull, 4, 6.
All right, so I can catch it in this red ring. I wish there was any sort of on-screen indicator for here's the numbers you've dialed, or here's the digits you've dialed so far.
You know how you said you would prefer to like get past the first level of a game that you play?
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to get to like arrive at the first level of this game, period?
That's a good question.
Because, folks, this is the prerequisite to start any level in the game.
Catch that. 555. All right, now what's the number?
5556. Fuck.
You know, I think it's actually in order here. I think if we just let it do this, it will automatically. You see, we're losing points though when it does this. So I think the idea is get fucked me.
Yeah, I think it is 6842. I think is it. So we've lost now, right? Because we have a 0. So I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be our coins.
Out of coins. Cannot complete call is dialed. Time to go toss myself in the river, dude. Here are 15 coins to help you out. Okay. They're just like, all right. Yeah, we know we programmed something pretty fucking busted. Try again. All right, I'm going to have to do this again.
Who developed this one?
This was Rocket Science Games.
Okay.
Okay. So I think if we just let it do its thing, it will eventually take us where we want to go. I guess the question is, do I need to do every number in sequence, or can I, like, skip directly to the last digits?
I want to say it's every number in sequence. Because, like, I think the thing is you have to call the number. So, yeah.
Yep, it's taking control away from me, which means I think, yep, there we go.
Yep, all right.
Isometric. This is right, this is down, this is left, this is up. There are no diagonal inputs. Which I love. Your friend Bill asked me to give you one of these cassette tapes. Thank you. Friend Bill asked me to give you one of these skeleton keys. Clumsy oaf, pay 1 coin or I'll have you locked up. Alright, cool. One of these shiny coins. Man, Bill left a lot of stuff for us. He really is a good friend. And those are hard to find these days.
I was right about who Bill and who Ted is.
So the green...
Very heavy traction on this grass.
You're really not supposed to be on the green. You can jump. Oh.
Free rock.
Magic Meow's asking, were diagonal inputs even possible on an NES controller? Yes! Yes, they were. Alright, how about you? Can I speak to you? Oh, wait, no, I can't get off there. Here. Something strange can be found up north. Now, what is north relative to where we are? Is it up on the D-pad? I can't go any more up.
Well,
sorry, no dudes allowed.
I guess the way... Oh, never mind.
Welcome, handsome, to Miss Fifi Saloon and Bingo Parlor. We have the finest games of chance gathered from all parts of the continent. And so, handsome, which game would you like to play? What? No way, Miss Fifi. You see my luck hasn't been so good lately. Greetings, Miss Fifi. I am Ted of San Dimas, and I am on a most highly specific quest. Whoa, how did I get here again?
Oh, what? Wait, you're choosing options. Yeah. You're not. This is not the sequence of words that he's already speaking.
Well, actually, I must find my friend Julius Caesar before my time runs out here. Fame, fortune, and a highly excellent video, Miss Fifi. Yeah, I'm, let's go ahead with this. And what do you want with Julius Caesar? Are you with the police? What time period are you in where this person is... The fuzz? No way, Miss Fifi. Oh, sure, Miss Fifi. Do I look like a cop? I'll go with this. Well, officer, since you boys do not bother my business, I suppose I could offer you some help. I last saw Julius Caesar heading north. I want to play those games. I want to gamble. I want to wager my coins.
I am
Flabbergasted by all this.
That's not the word. It's more dread. Like, I can imagine playing this and seeing, like, everything that this game is... The size of this game that is presenting me with, and, like, all the stuff I have to do, and I'm like, oh, no thank you. Yeah, it's like this. See? This. Dread. All those keys?
I have historical bait. Just let me... I want to get back on the straight and narrow. I want to get back on the off the grass here. But you can't walk in certain parts of the grass. The game is just like, no, you're not supposed to be here, so we're gonna punish you for being here now. Look for something strange at the last fence. Is this the last fence? This feels like a last fence. I'm gonna have to pay up a coin because of this guy. Oh, I'm gonna get arrested.
No, you went to jail.
I would love to know which way north is. That is the primary issue I am dealing with here. Oh, I got a textbook. Shiny coin. We're filling out an inventory for whatever the fuck that's worth. What I would love is just a compass. That would be, like, wonderful right about now.
Alright.
Maybe look up a guide for me. Let's see if we can meet Julius Caesar.
Yeah,
There's a number of historical figures in this game, which means there's probably a number of, like, places to go in time and stuff.
Okay. Up arrow corresponds to north.
Cool. So I have to go diagonally north, I guess.
No, and I say... I'm sorry, I'm reading... It's...
Fuck.
The manual's written in a weird way. Up on the D-pad corresponds to north.
What
when
is
I said
I don't have
arrow,
any coins, I guess, to pay these dudes, so I keep getting thrown in jail. I can't do anything, though, because they're running into me.
This manual refers to the D-pad as arrows.
Oh! Well, that killed all those historical figures. I sure hope there's no butterfly effect or anything like that. Firecrackers, sticks near the crossroads.
Okay, so
Alright, that dude is not my friend.
okay. So what button are you pressing to go this direction? Okay, so that is north. Give me a hug. Come on, give me a hug. Give me a hug, Ted.
I thought maybe I could get away from this dude if I ducked into one of these, but no. How about you? You're standing still. Get away from me, kid. You're bothering me. And another shiny coin.
Imagine Bill coming, like, to this time period and, like, every other person that he runs into, he's like, hey, if you see my friend Ted, give him these skeleton keys, all right?
And this dynamite, and this firecracker. You know what a firecracker is? No, of course you don't, because you're from the presumably 1300s, judging on, like, the knights in armor, but also it's Julius Caesar time, so...
It's... Hey, like, listen, you know what a firecracker is? It's like the 1300s. They were invented. Wait, I am in China, right? No? Fuck.
It is so difficult to get back on the path when the game is convinced, like, no, you've gone the wrong way. You're not supposed to be here. I know I mentioned that earlier, but it is still, like, an ever-present issue that is quickly, like, getting under my skin. And this is a dead end. Fuck it.
I mean, at least the guards don't go in the grass. Even if they're trying to arrest you. Wait, are they trying to arrest you because you're on the grass? Is there like a
keep off the grass sign that we're just like not privy to? This is not terrible, right? There's clearly some sort of ambition to this. There's probably like something to this, but we're just not. This is not the format for it, and also like its mechanics are getting in the way of whatever ideas it might have, and the fact that I can't go any more north than this. Something strange by a tree near the stable. All these cryptic hints. Well, I know where we are again. We're here again.
Yeah.
And I just gotta keep going this way. I've heard a tree near the stable. There's a crossroads. We can't go any further this direction. We've gone as north will allow. Something strange at the last fence. What is the last fence? That's a horrible hint. Unless there's a sign in front of the fence. Is this the last fence? It's the last fence that I can see here. Can I, like, interact with it in any sort of way? No, of course not.
Once you destroy every other fence, you will find the last fence. Okay, now you can go more north. Or can you? No, you cannot.
What a baffling game. Again, there's clearly, like, systems at play here. Ideas it's trafficking in. An inventory.
There was intent, and it was bad intent. I think.
I just want to... Can we go to a different time just for the fun of it? It's busy.
Oh, I guess you can't.
I think that's all we can really do with this game.
Stomach.
Yeah. That was Bill and Ted's excellent video game adventure. And that's gonna be a mystery. It's gonna remain a mystery for the time being. But we're not done with Bill and Ted yet, unfortunately. Because our next game is Bill and Ted's excellent Game Boy Adventure. This one's not a video game adventure. This is a Game Boy Adventure. And it has Bogus Journey on the title screen. You can see that they have that Ingmar Bergman, Grim Reaper here. So this is based on the second movie?
Maybe.
Presumably?
Now, like I said, that movie scared me as a kid, right? But I went back and looked up that scene as an adult, and it's very funny.
Yes. I only peed my pants once watching it. Let's put this one in your capable hands, which is my excuse for not wanting to play another one of these fucking Bill and Ted games. Oh, this one's developed by Beam Software, by the way. So, govern yourselves accordingly. Oh, wait, I just realized I could do it like this, and then we both controlled the game at the same time. All right, go ahead, press start. All right. Greetings, my excellent friends.
Wait, is this... you go on.
I'm Bill. And I'm Ted.
All right.
Oh, and we're...
jacking each other off.
The evil dude Denomalus wants to totally change the future. If he does, we'll never become totally famous and bring about world peace.
No way.
Yes way. We have to stop this most heinous dude by traveling to Bermuda through the circuits of time, collecting stolen time particles.
But how will we know them when we see them?
They look like objects from the different time periods. But I think they might be flashing or something.
All right, kind of like a historical light show.
Let's get going, my fellow time-traveling dude. So be excellent to each other and party on,
party on, dudes. It's really hard to do this over Discord.
Yeah. One player. You be the one player. Austria, 1805.
Huh?
Enjoy! Hey, at least this is more straightforward.
Yeah. Not what I expected. Also, is this based on the cartoon series?
No, I think it's based on the second movie, because it had the fucking Grim Reaper on the cover. It didn't have the animated versions of them on the cover or anything.
Yeah, it's just that, like, the designs in that cutscene kind of reminded me of what I remember the animated show looking like, but maybe I just misremember the animated show.
Remember the live-action sitcom version of Bill and Ted, where they did not cast Alex Winter or Keanu Reeves as Bill and Ted?
I did not know that existed. Oh, shit.
I believe Hats Off Entertainment has a video on that.
Speaking of hats off, that fucking Napoleon down there tossing his little hat as an attack.
Jump over Mr. Lincoln's head.
We're in Austria, right?
Yeah.
Not a lot of this really screams Austrian to me.
Not a lot of this screams Bill and Ted to me either, but, you know, here we are. Video Game King saying there's a non-zero chance this is based on Back to the Future Part 2 and 3. The minigames in that specifically is what I assume they mean. If you remember those. Yeah, it's like the... Yeah, not wrong. Like, the disappearing platforms underneath you that have, like, a... Is that Einstein?
Yes? Maybe? How do I go down? I don't think I go down. Can I jump over?
Koozie saying they should have just made this Bill and Ted's Crazy Castle instead.
That was my first thought seeing this screen, was like, is this tiny Crazy Castle?
Adventure 1, Quest 4.
Oh, I gotta plan this out. Hold up.
Yeah, this is where the Load Runner-ish ness comes into play. I gotta figure it out. But I'm leaving it to you. So that way, if you lose, I can just be like, well, I would have gotten it right. And then not have to back that up at all. Exactly what I would have done. Hey, Turkey, this seems like a video game.
This is definitely a video game. This feels... This is more a video game than the last Bill and Ted video game we did, I think.
I mean, that was a video game. It was just a obtuse one.
Alright, so that still damages, even if it's retracted.
Bob Ender says, I assume this was based off the single-screen microcomputer platformers of the time.
Since when could I jump that high?
I mean, yeah, this is based on those platforms. I'm going with Load Runner specifically just because that was like such a popular one. But yeah, I mean, you can insert any number of interchangeable single-screen proto-platformers in that slot. Huh? Okay.
Well...
Okay, I'm giving you a rewind. That's...
Thank you.
Do better. I didn't mean for that to sound mean.
Okay, I thought... You see that how the door is resting right there? Mm-hmm. I thought that was a floor. Instead of like a door.
Go for it, Ted! Oh, we're in New Mexico now. So this is gonna be Western themed. I'm taking control.
Who the fuck are they hanging over here?
Fuck. And there we go. It's Western, so I have to take control, you see. And collect these tin stars.
They're fucking hanging the fire giant from Elden Ring in this town.
Do we not have any attacks?
No, not to my knowledge. I don't think the B button did anything.
Fuck, it's so sticky, the jumping. Is why I don't like platformers, as it turns out,
I still don't understand, when I was playing that previous level, I lost one life because, for some reason, I jumped like 3 times as high and flew off the screen.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what happened.
I guess I had my fill of this. Okay, you can pick up again.
Okay.
I just wanted to get a sense for how it felt, and the answer is that it feels bad to me. We have like 7 lives, by the way, so we really don't need to rewind.
At least until we run out of lives. I wish you could climb down a rope.
That would make the game easier.
Oh, here's a question. How do I get up there?
Maybe that high jump.
Can I jump on? No. What did I do to high jump?
You can't jump on their heads or anything, right?
That's what I tried to do there. How did I do that weird high jump thing?
Maybe he's got to collect every other star.
Try that, yeah.
Yeah, wait for that thing to make its play. I'm going to rewind just because I don't want to have to sit and watch. Yeah, it's going to go all the way left. You can get this... Yep. Just jump over them. Ugh.
Give me your run. So yeah, I got all of them. What? I'm missing a mechanic.
Press select?
Nope. Pause.
Hold up and jump, or down
No.
up? Like charge a jump, maybe?
Can't jump on him. I tried charge jumping. B literally does nothing.
Let me-
If I hold B, I'm stuck. Whoops.
Let me try this. Let me try this
Yeah.
again.
Here, while you're trying that.
Fuck the jumping. Brutal. You're gonna look up something for this?
I'm gonna look up the manual if I can.
Fuck. I can't even do like the most basic platforming in this game. I hate the way this game feels. You seem to be having an easier time with it, but I can't do like a single jump in this game without feeling like... Ugh! Very cool. Yeah, this is exactly why I hate platformers, is this game right here. Like, I'm having a visceral negative reaction to it. It's like probably a pretty like whatever game.
Okay, so B button is for power-ups.
Which we have none of.
We have none of right now. That was what that question mark thing was. That other level was you could press B to get a power-up from it.
So if we don't have a power-up...
Well, no, I take that back. I'm sorry. B is activate question mark block / use active item.
Oh my
I didn't find a
god,
manual, I found a
Sharky!
game fact thing.
You're gonna
What
be
was it?
so mad when I show you how to do it.
Did you not do a high jump? You just jump kind
I
of
just
towards
jumped
it
in
and
the
you got
top of my head, hit it through underneath the platform.
That's not good. Just
All right,
put the
you take
star
over.
there, and I would have known. Just put the star there, and I would have known what to do. All right, that was on me for not looking over there, I guess. Although Lincoln would have fucking killed me. Also, I think that is supposed to be Lincoln. Like just a murderous Lincoln.
Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. As Lincoln used to say.
Did. Alright.
Alright, so you open that door. Or wall. Get yourself one of those power-ups.
Got a 1-up. Yeah, come on.
I'm not wrong, right? The jumping in this game
Yeah.
sucks ass.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
It's such a game about just like fundamentals. Right? This should just be like the fundamentals of platforming, and they just couldn't get the jump down.
Yeah.
Which is the only function in the game, mind you.
When I said earlier that this feels more of a video game than the previous Bill and Ted game we played.
You didn't
I
mean a
meant
good
that
video
in a
game.
Yeah, first of all, that. But I also mean that in the sense of this feels like the abstraction of a video game.
You're not wrong.
To a degree.
You're not incorrect in that count. I'm willing
Because,
to let you game
what-
over here, by the way.
Yeah. What is this game if not just like purely like a platformer?
The most video gamey video game. It is.
Yeah.
You move a guy around to collect the objects on the screen. That's all you need. You gotta get all the way up there again. Or you know what? You could probably go through. You could probably just get the tip of your head through that.
I thought about it, but if I fuck up, then I'm definitely dying. Right.
2-5. I think this might be the final level of World 2. Yeah, and then the pantheon of video game Western levels, I gotta say this one rates pretty lowly, and I am the de facto expert on that as your Cowpoke Cassidy. Touch it with the bottom of your head. Oh, good shot. I'll let you rewind. I'll give you this. No, this is... Oh! No, okay, it's gotta be whole body.
Okay. Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, come on. That didn't even touch me yet.
Tiger Chimera in chat saying this game is a great example of why I don't like the Game Boy as a console.
Now it's your turn. Where'd my voice go with that one? I was like, old man. Well, now it's your turn, Bill. What?
Of course.
Sorry. I looked away for like half a...
You see, I took control for a second, and the torches, they hurt, you see.
Okay, you took control. All right. Because I was like looking at chat for a second, and I just heard the level start and the level end.
I can use this balloon to do this. So now we're actually getting to, like, power-ups that actually matter, that actually contribute to gameplay. Fuck! Oh, whatever. I think we've seen enough of this game. Don't you? Would you agree?
We've seen a power-up now.
Yeah, we can assume that at a certain point...
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, you discovered that L and R do, like, fast-forward and rewind?
Well, just R.
Well, it's supposed to be both.
I don't have rewind.
That's fair. Doesn't matter. That was Bill and Ted's excellent Game Boy adventure. As much of it as we're willing to stomach. It's not even
Feel free to
that
turn
bad.
off whenever you want.
Yeah, that jumping is kind of atrocious, but, you know what.
Forgot that was a torch. I thought that was a background element.
So, our 7th game tonight... I can't believe it's been 7 already. Penultimate game of tonight is Roger Clemens' MVP Baseball. This one brought to us by Sculptured Software. Now, there's a little bit of a curio with regards to the release date for this one. At first, I had this listed as a 1992 release, because that's when the Super NES and Game Boy versions of this game come out. But not this original NES version. I confirmed that. Just doing a little bit of archaeology here, game magazine advert archaeology. Here is an advertisement for the NES version of the game, and it has a 1991 copyright date at the bottom. A baseball dream come true. It looks like you're in the center field. A truly cool effect. The most original NES baseball game, and so on and so forth. But then here's this other ad for the eventual SNES, Game Boy, and Genesis releases, which has the 1992 release, has the LJN and Flying Edge logos. So yes, this version, this NES version, comes out a year earlier than all these other versions of it.
I'm sorry, but I'm still thinking about the ad copy on that first one there. Is it any kid's dream to be a center fielder?
Maybe. If your favorite player is just like a baller center fielder, then yeah, you model yourself after them, presumably.
I don't know. I always associate center field. No offense to any real baseball players, but I always associate center fielding with just kind of standing there.
Well, I mean that's most
like
that's most catching. That's most.
I know. I mean the sexy positions are like shortstop or batter or pitcher.
Well, I'll tell you this, in that baseball is fucking boring. Is a boring
Mander says,
sport.
Mander says, that's right field. Who's like just stands there, folk.
Well, if you ask me, baseball is a really boring sport. That's why I play basketball instead, you see. And we will have to play baseball right now for the purpose of playing this game. So I will get this launched. And maybe video game baseball will be less boring than real baseball. And hey, you know what? If you're mad, if you're a baseball fan who's mad that I'm saying baseball is boring, John Boyce has my back on this one. And as far as I'm concerned, that is like the authority on sport. in the modern
Didn't we
day.
already play a baseball game within the LJN series?
We did. This is a different
First
one.
episode, I think.
1 player, 2 player, you know? Might as well.
All right.
We have a range of choices here. I'll be National Division East, which gives us these choices. You know, actually, let's just go through all of them. I'm just curious.
Glad to see they have the official license.
New York Rebels, Boston Hornets, Toronto Bears, Cleveland Tomahawks, Baltimore Eagles, Detroit Wheels. Yeah, this is third party as fuck.
I'm from a state that doesn't have a official baseball team, but I was always a fan of the Chicago Swords.
I prefer the San Francisco Quakes, which is not at all insensitive. The Los Angeles Apaches, Cincinnati Big Cats, San Diego Suns, Houston Mustangs, Atlanta Condors. I'm assuming I could probably press B to back out, but I'm using the rewind key anyway. We already saw the East, but Chicago Swords, Montreal Lumberjacks, New York Buffaloes, St. Louis Commandos. Okay. Pittsburgh Panthers, Philadelphia Generals. Then Oakland Bashers, Seattle Pioneers, Minnesota Hounds, California Waves, Texas Cowboys, Chicago Redbirds, and Kansas City Kings. You know, I gotta be the Cowboys.
Minnesota Hound was like my favorite Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Shut up. Alright, your turn.
Oh, okay.
No control?
No control.
No problem. Huh. Oh, right, I remember. We had to rebind all your shit for that, because you were playing one-handed, and we had to rebind everything to face button.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Back when I injured my arm.
I think this is correct, right? This is good enough. No, this is supposed to be flipped around, isn't it? Because Nintendo A and B. I don't know if that's how I have it set up for my end. Yeah, it is. Okay, yeah. All right. Sorry, folks. We got
right, that's better. That's better. Okay. No. Gotta be the Chicago Swords.
Oh god, another one of these. I'll take whoever has the highest number. Browner.
All right. And then your starting lineup.
Blue, Jungle, Gonzo, Solomon, Scrub, Francio, Daltrey, Raffaello, Rubens, Downer, Generali.
Are you picking your starting lineup, or is it just telling you this is your
I think we're picking it out, so I'm just going with the highest numbers. Oh no, I see. I'm setting the order. Well, whatever, that's good enough, okay. I'm sure.
Yes. Okay, pitching roster. All right.
Pick your best pitcher.
Yeah, good enough. How do I say good enough?
Press start. Or B. Or A.
B.
I'm standing. I'm pledging. I don't know about you.
Me too.
Play ball!
All right.
I'm pitching.
I'm batting. All right.
Had to be sure.
What? Okay. The camera cut threw me off. Damn
Hey,
it. Not a lot of time to react.
Swing!
Right. I gotta get the timing on this. Foul.
These are some impressive camera angles.
Impressive, yeah. That's what I was about to say. Impressive camera angles. Like, multiple camera angles, considering that foul there. Right.
Tell you what, I'm just going to throw him straight down the center, which I think is just holding up. Because I want to do some running. I want to do some fielding. I think this will be my excuse.
Oh, that's just pop fly into foul territory. All right. Well, you get the bat.
All right, this is going to go badly. At least the controls are more intuitive. Bye!
Goodbye.
I'm taking my ball and going home.
Who wants a ball? I'm selling the ball right here. Who wants a...
Impromptu auction. Going once, going twice. $500, $600, $700.
Hold up. I need to give it to my friend here at second base. Okay. Okay.
Now try the other button. All right, at least I got a hit.
Out.
Oof.
Oh. Not a bad voice sample either.
No. Oh, yes. Yee. Ground rule double, baby.
Would I have to hit a button to catch? Is that how that works?
No, I didn't. I was just right underneath the shadow, and it seemed to do. Ow, you almost hit me with that. Be a little more careful, please.
Ow.
Fuck.
Pigeon, Batten feels a little, timing on it's a little weird. Oh, God. Okay.
I should have kept going. I don't think I had any control over that. I couldn't, like, it didn't feel like I had any control over it. Same way I don't think I have any control over, like... No! I didn't actually mean to do that!
Yes!
I was assessing buttons, be like, well, maybe there's some way. I pressed B and they started running for it. I didn't do any D-pad shit.
Mind games. Fuck.
Glad I did that.
Out.
Little late.
Really bad at timing the. Why did I bunt? Why did I try to bunt? How do I stop trying to bunt?
It must be like a D-pad sort of thing. Backlash Jack saying the lack of music is apparent. Yeah, you don't say.
Out. They had to make room for that guy going out.
Right. There we go. I was trying to bean you again, to be honest.
Try harder.
Yeah. How do I even exist as... Oh, is that guy saying out? I thought he was just grunting in pain. Nope. Hey, how's it going? Fucked up game, right? None of your batters can hit.
Out.
Wow, what an inning. What a sport.
Yeah. All right. I like the camera cuts. I think this is cool.
Very disorienting, though.
It's very disorienting, yes. Out.
Oof.
Yay!
You can just prolong this as long as you want, as long as you keep moving.
Yeah. I remember playing some Genesis baseball game where I was just fucking around with it. And like I broke it so bad that like the AI started like also fucking around when I was like running with it. Out.
Fuck.
So what it happened was like it almost looked like they were getting into a fight or something, and then the game never recovered. Okay, so here's an issue. Here's an issue with this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So could you rewind? I'll let you take the base still.
Sure.
To keep rewinding until I'm back in center field.
Okay.
Okay. From here, what direction am I supposed to press to throw to second base? Right? Out. I caught you trying to do that, but
yeah, I kept holding on B to. By the way, was how I kept.
But if I want to throw the second base when like they're both in front of me like that, like what button do I hit?
Good question. I'm sure you could intuit that. I'm sure the manual would say these things. This definitely seems like less obtuse than that other one we played in the first episode or second episode. Like we could theoretically pick up these controls if we read them, or if we even just intuit them from playing. It's not arcane button combinations.
To hit a ball. I'm so bad at just hitting the ball.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna keep tossing them straight down.
Okay.
If I press it too soon, I do that. Oh, by Jove, you might have got it.
I did a real shitty job of it.
Keep going. Just keep going.
So... No, you're going to get me. If I keep going. No, I like second base. You know what? I'm going to set up a house here. Start a family. Hello, would you like to join my family?
Think about moving. All right, straight down the center. I want you to score. I want you to get a point.
I mean, neither of us have gotten a point.
Fuck!
All right, straight down the center. You know what? You get the point.
Hold up. Yep. Fuck. I'm dialing it in. I'm dialing it in.
Listen, play video games, not sports.
You're saying video games aren't a sport?
If we're playing a sport video game, then, like, the sport part overrides it.
Fuck.
This is entirely us. I can't run. Why won't they let me run anymore?
Because you're too big.
Bye.
You'd crush those poor little players on the field, according to their perspective here.
All right. I ask again, right? I'm gonna try and figure this out. I want to throw to second base.
Yeah, figure it out.
Nope, I threw home.
Mean mugging me.
So somehow, I don't know if the manual is going to say, because there's so many different camera angles to account for, that I don't know, like, how you would shoot, how they would even describe why did this happen.
Okay. I tried sending one of my runners.
Did I just disintegrate you?
Annihilated.
Nope. Come on, pick up the ball. Nope, that's home. That's first base for some reason. Okay, this is an issue.
Yes!
Yes! Good score. This
What should have been a signal turned into a home run, baby.
This is an issue that, like, all right. The coolness of the presentation is getting in the way of, like, the playability of the game.
I don't know. I think I'm just cracked at baseball, obviously. It's do you think that'll do it for Roger Clemens' MVP baseball on the NES?
I think so, yeah.
We'll have to revisit this again at some point when we have to play the SNES and Game Boy versions of it, but...
Yeah.
Ay. Maybe there's something to that. Again, I feel like you could probably learn the controls to that and have an okay time.
I feel like they're... we'll discuss it later.
Yeah, we will. It's still going to rank these games, too.
Yeah.
But for now, I bring you to the last game of the night. And it is Wolverine for the NES, brought to us by Software Creations. They created some software for us. And this is the one, by the way. This is one I thought was going to be maybe the worst we played tonight, but I just can't see anything being worse than Beetlejuice. But we'll find out. We'll do the science on this. Get to the bottom of this. Oh, and by the way, this is in an X-Men Mega Battle versus his arch nemesis Sabretooth. Just thought we should clear that up. You know, warnings to all involved. Sabretooth will be involved in this.
He's at the start of every level saying, "Hey, Wolverine, there's some drug dealers out at the mall."
I've never met a bigger turkey than you, Logan. So who plays this one?
Well, I played the last one. Why don't you play this
one? Why? Shut up! I played the last one too. You know, you goofball. You know, this is the one that Dan Reichert said in our chat that was one of the worst games I've ever played or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dan Reichert went on to give you the Taco Bell avocado ranch recommendation. Oh, it is a 2-player. Why would this game have? I guess we're both playing it.
Yeah, all right. Take turns.
Player 1, the first trial. All right, so select brings the claws out.
So if I remember correctly,
which hurts me every time you use them.
Yep.
Well, immediately the jumping is better than in Bill and Ted on the Game Boy. So
this him fallen?
He definitely using that sort of instrumentation. Oh, look at this! What a pathetic. You can crawl if need be. Not that it's useful here, but I assume that's
there's actually a lot of this that's reminding me of Silver Surfer for the NES.
Which surprisingly not an LJN game, despite how many fucking Marvel licenses they had.
Yeah.
I think I picked up Booze.
Okay, the composer was Jeff Fallen.
One of the two. R.I.P.
Yeah.
I can't bring out the claws anymore. I don't have enough health to bring out the claws. Wolverine is dead.
Okay, so
your turn.
The software creation who did this game also did Silver Surfer, so that's why I'm getting the vibes.
Remember, you can press select to bring out those claws. Not that you should, because it'll kill you.
Oh, crouching is a toggle. It's strange, but okay. I mean, that's how I like to play my first-person shooters. Crouch is a toggle, so
disgusting.
Whoa, no.
It's one of those games, huh?
Yeah, no invincibility frames. I panicked when that started happening. I just ran off the thing.
Oh, I started.
Oh, you're starting right from there.
So that guy dies. The other ones we fought. Maybe if I use claws on these guys, on these Silver Surfer-looking motherfuckers. Fuck you, John McClane. Wolverine should really have, like, regenerating health, right? I mean, isn't that, like...
Yeah.
I have 25 air and 0 havoc. By the way. Surprise! It's your old friend Sabretooth! Surprise birthday party for me? Oh, you have to catch up now. You still have to do that stage.
Oh. Alright.
Well, great starting point.
There.
I've never understood these alternating two-player games. I've never understood the purpose of these. I've never been like, oh, I'm sure glad this game had this mode so that, you know, I could die and then watch my friend, like, get further than I did. It just seems to seed frustration.
It's little brother mode, I think. Little brother, little sister.
But then, like, you know, like, by the time you're, like, 30 minutes into your life, they've already, like, lost all their lives. There's like, I want to fucking play again. I was like, well, you shouldn't have lost your lives then, I guess.
I feel like it's for the sake of, like, let your little sibling play. Let him have a turn.
What's even more pointless are arcade alternating one-player, like, two-player games. That is just a level of pointless that I can't even begin to comprehend. Just wait your fucking turn. Right? Am I right, folks? Surprise! It was not much of a surprise. I already spoiled the surprise, because they surprised me too. Player 1, Trial by Air.
I was scrambling for the soundboard, and like it's really hard to get to in the setup I have currently. I really need to... You know what I need? I need one of those fucking Stream Deck things.
Yeah, where you can just trigger stuff on command.
Yeah. Folks, subscribe to the channel.
You can pledge on Patreon, subscribe to us on Twitch.
get us the important things like a box that has funny buttons that we can make like sounds happen with.
Goddamn right. All right, your turn. Good checkpointing in this game, though. Like, I gotta confess that.
Yeah.
That puts you up basically where you died.
Well,
it's like when it spawns you inside of the enemy that killed you. Yeah, that was a little rough.
Had good intentions, I guess.
All right. Oh, speaking of.
Yeah, a good intentioned checkpointing. Maybe not good executed. Or well executed, I should say.
Oh, right, magnets. I'm gonna drop down here. Yeah.
Oh.
I intuited that
levels.
from the little bars there, the poles. That was too easy. Now you'll have to watch your step.
Now I gotta do it.
I believe in you.
Whoa. Okay.
How about this Wolverine sprite? Does this make him look intimidating, cool, and tough? It looks better than his sprite in the Uncanny X-Men game, that's for sure. But then again, everyone's sprites in that game were dire.
Yeah. Okay, whatever. I got the end. It's got a good portrait there, though.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Trial by traps. What's with all these trials? Get to the real thing.
Oh, this level looks like it sucks.
Oh, this is where my air comes in.
Finally found Sen's Fortress in an NES game.
I'm just pretending like there's nothing here attacking me.
Yeah.
Game over. All right, your turn. I think you have like 2 lives to my none, so.
I think so. Oh, would you like to continue?
Not really, but. So you learned from all my miscalculations,
Yes.
and now you'll have the advantage here.
Okay, B swims. All right, that.
Your air regenerates,
the
but
same
not
thing.
your health.
Fuck. If I was being smart, I would like.
You wouldn't be playing this
Take it
game. If you were
slow.
smart, we wouldn't
Yeah.
be. If either of us were smart, we wouldn't be here. In this set of circumstances.
I'm also like you, just ignoring things and being like, I just get me through.
Hope you remembered your swimsuit. Ha 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 ha.
We just did the swim level. Does that mean the next level is going to be like all water?
Perhaps. Trial by water. Why even fight people in this game?
Oop.
Like, this is like the wrong type of game for Wolverine. You know what I mean? Wolverine should be in beat-em-ups. Not like weird, floaty platformers.
I mean, I guess to a certain extent, I don't know, was this maybe like one of the easier things to kind of like get out there? Was just, I don't know, put him in a platformer.
I mean, yeah, to a certain extent. Trial by water.
Oh, this sucks. Hate this already. Name a good water level.
Not this one. Fuck.
If anyone like in chat tries to say like one of the Super Mario 64 water levels is a good water level, I counter by saying no.
Battletank 09 saying that Sabretooth's face reminds them of Silver Surfer for NES. As we mentioned, this is the same developer, so...
Yeah.
Why fight? Why fight in this Wolverine game? Why do the thing that the character does in this when it is just more danger than it's worth? Video Game King says Hydrocity Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog, I presume.
I don't like any water level in any Sonic game.
Backlash Jack saying all of Hydro Thunder.
Well, you're overwatering that. Why'd I hit continue? I don't know. I could have hit no, and then like you would have had no recourse. It would have just been like, oh no, okay.
I would love to see if they stop giving us trials at some point, start giving us real levels, since these are all just trials. These are all practice for the levels ahead, I would assume.
Well, then you'd have to purchase like the full copy of the game.
Yeah, this is the shareware version.
And you're gonna drown.
That's how you lose a Wolverine.
It takes time for your air to recover out of water. You don't just take a big breath and get it all back.
I think you gotta go all the way down here, then left, right? That's what we've... Our trial and erroring has... I think you need the claws to, like, get these dudes down in one hit. But then you take damage for doing that, so there's just, like, no win.
That's why I'm not
There's
doing
no
that.
way to fight without taking damage. I don't even remember where I am.
You're here. You can go down. Yeah, that was... Yeah, I went the other way to get the health. Fool's errand. And that's what got me.
Wolverine killed by Bubbles.
No. So.
You know, I'm out of continues. They did not give me the option to continue there. They're just like, all right, you've had your fill. Prince Hordken saying that it's not like the dry land levels in this game are any fun either, so... This is gonna be a fun ranking segment tonight, I know that much. We're spoiled for choices.
Up, okay, now down. Don't hit that. Damn it.
I like that self-affirming, don't hit that, and... I have faith in you, Charky.
No, I don't.
You're right, what was I thinking?
It is so hard to... Okay, there. I hate that B is swim up and not, like, jump. Oh god, wait. Okay.
Sorry, I was jumping the gun a little bit there. I was organizing some background elements while you were still playing. Come on, clear the stage, clear the stage! Burst those bubbles.
I hate to burst your bubble, but not... Oh, never mind. Nope. Well, that was Wolverine.
Oh, what a piece of shit. That was, in fact, Wolverine. Folks, that's going to do it for all the games tonight. Which means that having played all the games, it is now time for us to rank them. So far, this is what our list looks like. We have to... The list is big enough that we have to scroll it to show all the games on it. And we'll only continue to get bigger until we clear all 68 games, give or take. But we still got to rank these in the order we played them. Which begs the question of, where does NBA All-Star Challenge for the Game Boy land on this list?
I'm gonna defer to you entirely on this one.
That's fair. You know, actually, I can shrink the text here a little bit. I can shrink the font size, and that might fit. There we go. Now we have all the games on screen.
For now.
For now. We could get smaller and smaller until the games are completely illegible. And
or we can make a new row or column.
No, not in the new and improved Google Docs, where if you do pageless view, you can't do columns. NBA All-Star Challenge, I think it was an acceptable backseat game. Backseat car ride game. I don't think it was particularly good. I would rate it above Major League Baseball for the NES as a sport simulator of sorts.
Okay.
Was it better than The Amazing Spider-Man on the Game Boy? I think that should be our real point of.
Again, I defer entirely to you. I didn't even touch this game.
I did go ahead and finish The Amazing Spider-Man on Game Boy after our stream.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, egregious rewinding and such was used. But, I'm gonna go ahead and say that NBA All-Star Challenge is better than The Amazing Spider-Man on Game Boy. I don't know if it's better than Back to the Future. In fact, I would hazard say it is not better than Back to the Future on NES. And so I think I will place this as our new number 7. All-Star Challenge. I'm going to make a note that this is the Game Boy version, because there will be other versions and squeakquels to consider in future. Which brings us to our next game, WWF Superstars for the Game Boy. And this one I defer to you.
All right. So, this one wasn't egregiously bad.
It was not.
It was not particularly frustrating, but it was very slight and very kind of boring. Like, slight in the sense that all you could do was press start, and it would take you right to a thing with 5 wrestlers, and you go through, you fight 4 of them, and that seemed to be it. Like, your options were how many falls do you want per thing, and is there going to be a time limit or not?
I'm going to check something. The cover to the game says that it is official Game Link game pack, which means that if you had a link cable plugged in, it would in fact be like, all right, link cable detected, second player detected, so you can play it multiplayer.
Okay, so that's not something we could test tonight, but that's something to keep in mind, I guess. That doesn't change the fact that gameplay-wise, it felt pretty boring. Now, it looked decent. It looked pretty good.
Let me ask you this first. Was it better or worse than WWF WrestleMania Challenge for the NES?
I am trying really hard to remember.
So am I, and I can't come up with anything.
I'm gonna guess better.
Considering where we put it on the list, that we put it below Teen Sea Surf Designs.
Yeah. I might put it above Major League Baseball. I don't know if I would put it above anything else, though.
That sounds fair to me.
Like, Who Framed Roger Rabbit seemed like it would be more frustrating to play. Like I said, nothing was frustrating about playing this game, but it was just kind of a nothing burger of a game. It felt like in motion. Like,
Who Framed Roger Rabbit at least had ambition in a way this game was completely lacking in ambition. I think. Now some presentational stuff.
I will say presentation was good. I liked how there's like unique things for each person back and forth. I thought the sprites were good. I could tell that was Ted DiBiase by his in-game sprite, which is more than I can say for telling anyone apart in, like, you know, the NBA All-Star game. But yeah, it was just kind of dull.
So you're thinking
definitely kind of middle,
above Major League Baseball, below Who Framed Roger Rabbit, our new number 10?
Yeah, like real kind of middle of the road, middle of the list.
I'm going to put Game Boy next to this one as well, just in case. I can't remember there's another game called WWF Superstars, but let's just be safe about it. Beetlejuice on the NES.
I'm not gonna... Okay. Low on the list.
It's not Pictionary bad.
That's the thing that I didn't know if we're going to argue about. Because, yeah, it's not Pictionary bad.
Is it Uncanny X-Men bad? It's on that level, but is it better or is it slightly better or slightly worse?
Uncanny X-Men always felt like
death.
It was... Yeah, but I was going to say it always felt like it was broken. It felt like the actual game feels like a bad ROM-dump.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. It's better than Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah.
Is it better than Back to the Future Part 2 and 3?
Back to the Future Part 2 and 3? Now, better.
No, I hated that game. I mean, I hated Beetlejuice too. But I feel like Back to the Future Part 2 and 3 wastes your time. Is a very meandering game. Like, a long play of that game is 3 hours long, and 2 hours and 30 minutes of it are spent in the Part 2, going back and forth and waiting for shit to spawn. And
yes. That, and, like, even though Beetlejuice had some, like, obtuse stuff, like, it had the decency of putting some of that stuff in the manual, saying, like, hey, this is what this does, or you know, you can go here to do this. And Back to the Future, like you said, waste your time.
Karate Kid.
I don't think it's better than.
I think it has more ambition than Karate Kid. Like with distance, I can look at Beetlejuice and be like, you know, there's depth, there's some amount of like, you know, progression and depth. Karate Kid
surely has more ambition than Karate Kid.
It definitely has the same issue as Karate Kid, where you get like bounced into a corner and bounce back and forth, and you like can't escape from the damage in it. But you know, I could beat Karate Kid. I don't think I would ever have the patience in my life to beat Beetlejuice, to get past that first fucking boss in Beetlejuice.
Yeah, Karate Kid is not good to play, but it feels more playable.
Yeah. I think I'll put Beetlejuice right below the Karate Kid. I think this is a fair spot for it. And I'm going to have to indicate this is the NES version, because I know there's a Game Boy Beetlejuice game coming up in our 1992 episode. Yeah, I'm happy with Beetlejuice there. I'm not happy with Beetlejuice, but I am happy with its place on this list. The Punisher, the Ultimate Payback, I believe was the name, yes, of our Game Boy Punisher installment.
Now, obviously it has to go below Punisher NES.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That Punisher NES game was really good. Would I put it above Gotcha the Sport on NES? And I think my answer to that is yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at the rest of this list, and I'm thinking, like, is anything else here better than Punisher for the Game Boy? And it's like, not really. But, I mean, the Punisher on NES, I think, is a better version of
this
the
idea.
Punisher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. These Punisher games, surprising bright spots in this LJN connection. Both of them have proven to be, as it turns out, I was like a good rail shooter. And these are good rail shooters. So I don't know, fuck. I'd take either of those. I would play either of those. We've carved out the top 5 here as like good games, as genuinely good games. I would go to bat for Friday the 13th, The Punisher, Punisher Ultimate Payback, Gotcha the Sport to some extent. Jaws is where it's starting to get a little iffy, but I'd still put up a fight for it. But yeah, shit. Go Punisher. Which brings us to Bill and Ted's Excellent Video Game Adventure for the NES. I'm scrolling down preemptively. The question is, where does it go?
I don't know. I really don't know. That is
It's spiritually similar to Back to the Future Part 2 and 3, in that there's a lot of time travel shenanigans involved.
There's a lot of like time wasting involved.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like it's
a tough one because I gotta say this.
Okay,
let me say my piece first, just because I feel like this is important to note that this is obviously the format of the show does not allow us to put in the full-time investment, that we're not reading the manuals of each of these games in real time, that we're not able to afford them, like, you know, the concentration in time and like all that stuff. I feel like if I were to sit down and just like spend an afternoon, it was the only game I had, if I was renting it from the video shop in 1991, I would put the time into figuring it out. And then maybe there'd be something to it with all those mechanics that come into play. This show is unfair to a game like that has some amount of depth to it, some amount of systems that play, some amount of ambition. That being said, it controls like dog shit. It controls like dog art with that isometric perspective. And the grassland and not being able to walk and not being clear like what you can walk on and what you can't. And like not knowing what true north is, and just like meandering about trying to figure out, picking up these clues that ultimately don't seem to point to anything. My gut feeling tells me that if I had spent that afternoon with it in 1991 trying to figure it out, the conclusion I would ultimately come to is that, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here, but it's all in service of bad gameplay.
Mm-hmm. Like, I said it while you were playing it. It was like, they had... There was a lot of, like, intention behind, like, a lot of the stuff they were doing. It was a lot of good intentions, but it didn't come out good. Like, they were cooking, and the food
rotten
that
meats.
Came out...
Yeah.
What?
They were cooking with rotten meats.
Yeah, yep. That's better than what I was going to say. They were cooking with rotten meats. Yeah. Because part of me wants to like give it points for trying to be ambitious and trying to do a lot of things and like trying to do more of it than just making a generic ass platformer, which we will come back around to.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it seemed kind of miserable in a lot of different ways.
So okay. I think it's better than Back to the Future Part 2 and 3.
Yeah, I can't put it... I don't think I could put it below Beetlejuice.
I couldn't put it below Beetlejuice either. Could I put it below The Karate Kid? Nah.
Karate Kid's also frustrating to play, but in a different way.
Yeah.
But it's...
I'm willing to go as high as above NFL for it.
Maybe. It's like, it's obtuse not only in like its mechanics, but it's also obtuse in terms of like just basic interactions like the grass. Like you can't walk on the grass except for some other grass that is not marked as different grass, but is walkable.
Okay, above or below NFL? What's your gut feeling?
My gut feeling is below NFL.
Okay, that's what we'll go with then.
Even though we kind of didn't understand what was happening with NFL because, you know, didn't have a manual, it still felt a bit more like intuitive, like this is how this is supposed to work than Bill and Ted did.
How much do I have to shrink this so I can keep it on single line? There we go. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just doing some beautification on this list. Making it presentable in the ways I need to be presentable. Okay. Bill and Ted's Excellent Game Boy Adventure.
Better than the NES one.
To be sure.
But it still didn't control great. It still just felt bad to try and do a lot of those jumping things. Some of this stuff felt kind of like dick move-ish.
Let me ask you this. Better or worse than WWF Superstars for the Game Boy?
I would sooner play more WWF Superstars.
I think you're right. So
like Superstars didn't frustrate me. Like that, what I said earlier, it wasn't like frustrating to play that. This Bill and Ted game was frustrating in ways that I felt came down to control.
Yeah, that jump was one of the most wretched fucking things I felt in a while. In all my years of hating platformers, I really hated that platforming.
So below Superstars, I would... Gut feeling is the new number 14, right below TNC.
Yeah, you know, I like the way you stink, Sharky. I think that's a fine spot for it.
Like, as our list stands right now, TNC is the last game that I feel like I enjoyed playing while I played it, to any degree.
Yeah.
And, like, Bill and Ted almost came close to being kind of enjoyable to play, but...
Almost. In an alternate timeline, maybe that game is okay. Is more tolerable than it ends up being. Roger Clemens is MVP Baseball. Immediately better than Major League Baseball.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Okay. I do not know, like, I'm looking at Back to the Future, and I don't know if it's better than that.
No, it's not.
Better than All-Star Challenge.
I like Back to the Future on NES still. I still stand by that game.
Yeah. Well, I would put it right below Back to the Future then.
Yeah.
Better than All-Star Challenge.
Yeah.
I think the presentation is great. I think it, you know, I'm just going to say it is the best presentation we've seen out of any of these games. It is legitimately impressive for an NES game, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. No, I have no qualms with that. I think you're actually spot on with that. I think this is exactly where I would have landed ultimately. MVP Baseball. I gotta list NES.
I think the big problem with it, I mean, I'm gonna admit that I'm not good at like sports video games, but I think the big problem it was the presentation does get in the way of the gameplay, because when you get into like those camera shifts that are happening constantly, it becomes very hard to tell like what direction do I need to press to get to, like, you know, throw to which base.
Sure. But I feel like you could practice that and learn that. I feel like if you were like invested enough in the presentation, if this is your baseball game that you own for the NES,
yeah,
you'd not only be left with like a pretty decent one, but you'd also like be committed enough to figure it out.
Yeah, it's just that is a design problem though, is that they went all in presentation and kind of like hindered readability.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But
I think it's a prescient critique of it.
It's still one of the better games we played.
Mm-hmm.
So then that leads us to our last game, I think.
Yep, I believe we need to place Wolverine on here now, and I'm preemptively scrolling down again to the bottom half of the list. First of all, let's use the Amazing Spider-Man on Game Boy as a measuring stick for this. Was it better or worse than that? I know it falls on me to sort of make the determination.
Yeah.
I'd say worse.
I was honestly looking at like Bill and Ted on NES as my better or worse point.
That low? Well, how about Game Boy? Let's start from Game Boy.
Okay.
Was it a better platformer than Bill and Ted's excellent Game Boy Adventure?
No.
It's below?
It's below. It was easier to control, but it was far more frustrating.
WWF WrestleMania Challengers, again, a game we can't even remember how that game plays.
I'm going to need to go back and look at the video on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to have to too at some point before our next ranking.
Wolverine was just so frustrating on so many levels. Like, the water stuff sucked. I hated that. The fact that you can't use your claws without damaging yourself, that is just a dumb decision.
Stupid design.
The biggest thing is there are no invulnerability frames. That if you get touched, you are taking so much damage. And even though they tried to make checkpointing very considerate by like putting you right back on the last solid piece of ground you were, they don't account for the fact that an enemy might be there, and you could just spawn in and instantly take most of your health and damage.
Yeah, that's a terrible bit of design, to be sure.
It's not. I would not even put this as one of the worst of the worst games we've played, but this is a bad one. This is definitely not a good game. I'm just thinking like. It feels better to control than Karate Kid still.
You know, yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking at Bill and Ted, and I'm trying to think.
I think it's below.
What is worse?
I think Bill and Ted's Excellent Video Game Adventure comes in above it. I think it's below that, and I think it's above Karate Kid.
Those are two things it's hard to compare Wolverine and Bill and Ted for the NES. Because they're two very different games.
Yeah, from two different studios, of course, yeah.
With two different problems. Like Bill and Ted being very obtuse, and Wolverine being very frustrating mechanically. Although
I still
Bill
think
and Ted
I
does
appreciate
have
that
mechanically
ambition.
Frustrating.
That ambition in Bill and Ted's Excellent Video Game Adventure, I think, gives it points that this Wolverine isn't trying anything, and it does a poor job. Their simplicity they aimed for, the genericness of it, is a shortcoming for the Wolverine character, who should have just been put in a generic beat-em-up instead of a generic platformer. This is the choice of genre on its surface, on this like very basic level, fundamental like issue and approach there, to me. Whereas at least Bill and Ted's Excellent Video Game Adventure, like with that premise, with that movie premise and those characters and what they do in that movie, like it has to be an adventure game. I say that as Bill and Ted's Excellent Game Boy Adventure rates higher than it, but I feel like just in terms of like failure to execute on basic premise versus failure to execute on more ambitious premise, I would give it to the ambitious premise every time. And that is why I believe it is the new 19.
Bill and Ted is definitely only as high as it is as like a gold star for effort kind of thing.
To be sure, but that's Bad Game Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I mean, we've always gone the route of applauding ambition, as we should.
I would, okay, I want to say it like this. I would sooner play Wolverine than even attempt to play Bill and Ted's excellent video game adventure. But I still agree with you that it rates higher than Wolverine.
To be sure. All right, that's our list. I think that I'm happy with where everything rates here. I'm happy with that Punisher game taking third.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a ranking. Which means we're done for the night. We're free from LJN for another day, for another week or two. Folks, thank you for tuning into this 4th episode of the LJN Connection, the year 1991 retrospected. Next time we are back on the LJN Connection, we'll be covering the year 1992, which has 15 fucking games in it. Nearly double what we played tonight. 1992 is a prestigious year for LJN in terms of outputs. In 1993,
may not get through it all in one stream.
Yeah, we might have to start breaking those down into 2-parters, unless we just like spend way less time on some of these games, which, you know, it might be better for our health too, our mental health. But with that being said, we thank you for tuning in. We thank you for helping us with the hard science here as we rate and rank these games. We'd encourage you to, if you like what you see here, consider subscribing on Twitch, pledging on Patreon, boosting us on Discord. Please hit him with a link to the Discord server, Sharky, and have a say in what we play here on the show, here on the Bad Game Hall of Fame stream. We're still settling in and deciding what we want to do for Tuesday, and we were still putting it to our patrons in the Patreon Saints channel to toss suggestions to us, encouraging some amount of participation in that sense. And we'll figure something out either way. There's been a few suggestions I'm looking into, a few suggestions that we've had behind the scenes that we've promptly scrapped. But we will have something come Tuesday, that much I can assure you. Then Thursday, we continue with our Balan Wonderworld co-op playthrough. We'll be seeing that one through to the end. I'm speculating 3 to 4 episodes on that. We have 1 down, so that would be 2 or 3 more to go. And then Saturday, the next, will be some manner of variety stream theme night. Perhaps a chance time, perhaps a fight night, who knows? We'll see where the mood takes us when it comes time for that. But we're always doing something. We're always playing something on this stream on Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday between the hours of 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. EST. But yeah, I enjoy these retrospective series. We have to space them out. I like the 2-week spacing for these. I feel comfortable with that. Gives me time to do any research I might need to do to double check to make sure we're not missing anything, omitting anything. So LJN Connection will return in like Saturday after next, let's say. But for now, we should see who else is streaming. We should see what else is getting played at the moment. And I am seeing Grunkzone playing an Ikemen Tag donation drive tourney. So I see a donation drive, and I see my friend Melly playing what looks to be some sort of fighting game with a bunch of characters, and it looks like a Mugen roster. I know it's not Mugen because I think Ikemen is something different. But yeah, we'll send folk that away. Trust us, Melly's always a good watch. So, oh, never mind. They went offline just as I was gonna send folk that way. God damn it! Fucking Twitch, huh? All right, let's try this. I see one Zandra Vandra is doing a Wife Day birthday stream. Let's play some games with Amber. Let's send folk, congratulate the happy couple, and watch them play some games. And wish them a happy birthday on our behalf too, please. Thank you. Start that raid. And again, for the Bad Game Hall of Fame, I have been Cassidy.
And I'm Sharky.
Thank you again, folk, for tuning in. Thank you for sticking with us as we pursue these long-form, long-term programs and explore all these oddball games. And thank you for supporting us as you do. Thank you for a lot of different things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But that's going to do it for us here tonight. You'll see us again soon, especially even sooner if you join the Discord by chance, by the way. But for now, bye!
Good night, everybody.